You're live. Yay!
Now we're live. Okay, then.
Hey, now we are
Okay.
live. Hey, again. Now we are live. Okay. Now
Fantastic.
I think I misclicked the button. So yeah. So I'm sorry. So by the way, so tonight we have our guests. We have the Lady Machine. We have Decka, which I think already understood they share the same place. And we have Robin. So it is my first techno couple that I'm interviewing basically.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. I haven't met quite a lot of people who share the same passion and live on the same household and share their own life. Actually, I haven't met anybody. Not that I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Well, there's Adam Bayer. And
Well,
I do.
yeah, but that's not I don't think we
No,
know
but
lots of
I don't know a lot of
yeah.
people either, to be
I
honest.
don't know. Okay, we know some couples like Adam Bayer and Ida Hamberg, whatever how you say that name. But like we don't know. At least I don't know them. Like they're not people who I talk to.
Okay.
Yes,
But
yes.
people that that we can talk and stuff like that. Like I'm not. Maybe I did, but I'm not remembering actually. But yeah, nice. It will be fun. I think we'll have a nice questions for both of you.
You made a whole lot of questions, though, or
Me? No.
I don't know. Okay.
No. This, as you already know, we go with the flow and see where
We go with the flow. Yeah,
we go with the
exactly.
flow as we go. So basically, first thing, how are you guys doing? We talked a little bit of this before on the backstage, but I have to ask it again for our viewers. So how are you guys doing?
Who goes first?
No, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. We are doing
Can't
quite
complain.
well. We can complain. I mean, we go to the studio pretty much every day, super regularly, and yeah, just keeping up with everything and like doing as much as I can, podcasts, streams, keeping myself busy.
Yeah.
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 That's the way to go for me, really.
That's-
Yeah.
That's the way out of COVID, really.
Yeah.
Because if you sit at home and don't do anything, then you go insane.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. No, I share the same. I keep myself busy doing music, doing podcasts, doing live streams, doing whatever that makes me occupied. Well, Jack,
exactly.
in your
Same
case,
here.
you have a full-time job, right?
I work as well, yeah. But some of it now is also working from home.
Okay.
Amazing.
So I can't complain about that, really.
Yeah.
But that was only recently, actually, which was really strange. I mean, for the whole of last year, I was even when we went into like the first full lockdown,
Yep.
and it was really bad here. They still made us go into the office every day, which is
Okay. Wow.
just
Yeah.
strange, considering it's not like an essential job. It's just some kind of basic
Really?
stuff.
No, look, I know some friends of mine who had to go to the office because their jobs depended on the office space.
Yeah.
And that's understandable. But people who are like desk jobs, like
Yeah. I mean, their excuse at first was that they didn't have any equipment.
okay,
Like they didn't have like a work laptop to give you.
okay,
But then we were like, can we just take the equipment home?
Yeah.
yeah, basically, like, yeah, I'm just gonna take this
Yeah.
home.
And then that kind of got swept under the rug. And then they said, oh, it's because like you need the phone line. There was a phone line where I work, but I'd probably receive maybe 2-3 phone calls a day. So we were like, can we just maybe live without the phone calls?
Yeah.
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 Or maybe just by VoIP or voice over IP lines,
Over IP. Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
just
Definitely.
Yeah, and they didn't really like that, and then basically it got to the point where the government said you have to offer them
Yeah.
to work from home, and then they did it. I don't know why they didn't in the first place.
What kind of company is it? Because I used to work in an IT company a long time ago, and then basically I got my own laptop and including voice over IP, everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And that had its advantages because I was able to work from home anytime I wanted. The disadvantages were that at quarter end for the tax year, if I was doing a gig somewhere in a club, an account manager would call me during my gig in the club
Is this serious?
for stuff. And of course, I didn't pick up because I was doing my gig in the club, But that is the other side, you know. So it has its advantages and its disadvantages.
I share.
I couldn't say like, oh, well, let me mix in this and then I'll get back to your, you know, your bonus percentage or whatever. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, no, I shared the same
But
as
yeah.
well. I shared the same, and I worked for an IT company based in China,
Okay.
which is not very hard to understand. Which IT company exists out of China and works in Europe, or we used to work in Europe, and I also got phone calls that they thought it was the same time zone, and they're calling me, and I was like, do I answer? Do I not answer? And it happened that they also called me like before a gig or before going out. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna answer this because of VoIP, because it's so easy. They don't pay anything, and just like
Yeah.
Robin, we had internal communications because we work
Yeah.
on IT communication companies, and basically they could abuse that anytime. But by the way, Jack, I also had some friends who were like you because the companies didn't have like servers, they didn't like secure lines and stuff like that. That I do understand a little bit. That they want to keep it safe and also don't open up for you to do a mess at home with data and whatever. But other than that, like just take
I
the
mean,
computer.
maybe that was. They never actually mentioned that, but like the server it's pretty secure, to be honest. I mean, you have to go through about 5 or 6 different like password stages to actually
Well,
get in.
they need to these days, you know. They yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, but that was never said to us as the reason why we weren't actually going to do it. And the thing is that even in like my department, which is the accounts receivable,
Yeah.
there was loads of other departments in my building that were all working from home straight away. Like they went home in like
How
March,
how
April.
how much personal data do you handle every day? A lot.
Probably a fair amount, but
So that's why.
yeah, maybe. But that was never the reason why. They never said
Really?
anything about security. They just made all this stuff up. Like, yeah, it's because we can't give you a laptop. It's like, well, there's a computer.
cheap bastards.
Like,
Yeah,
make-
yeah, yeah.
Cheap
That's what I
bastards.
thought as well. Yeah.
It's
I'm
me
sorry.
saying this. It's me saying this. It's not Jack saying cheap bastards. It's me. Okay, so Jack is safe.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe it did have something to do with security, maybe.
No, but well, look. Now you're at home. I honestly prefer work from home. I work from home for my last 6 years or 7 years, and I do prefer.
oh wow.
I do prefer. I get it. It's not for everyone. I get it that some people cannot do it. Also, I don't have kids yet, so that might help a little bit actually. But nonetheless, I do prefer. I prefer to do my own schedule, and I know I will follow what is need to be followed, and I won't slack. But I do prefer because I am out at my own place. I can be at ease. I can be on my pajamas, on my sweatpants, and I don't care. And I feel comfortable. And for me, feeling comfortable, it is half the way to do my job without even complaining. So yeah, I do prefer. But some people don't. Some people just can't do it from home. They can't. They just get distracted every time. Like, oh, Netflix. Oh, awesome. Oh, but now this. Oh, now that. And then job zero. But well.
Funny you say that, because with music, I'm the complete opposite. I can't have it at home.
Same, yeah.
I have to go to a
Really?
studio.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I mean, we had the studio. We actually moved the studio home at the very beginning of COVID,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then realized that was a really bad mistake, because then we were
Okay.
just solidly in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really, for me
And, like-
especially, because I always had a space previously. I've never had a home studio,
Mhm.
so for me it was kind of like, wow, okay, so now I really don't get out of the house, and also the music is in my living room.
Okay.
So it was just like that kind of constant, like I'm in the same environment and I don't get to breathe.
I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I get
okay.
it. I get
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I fully get that. For me, it's the opposite. I cannot have a studio
Yeah, for me as well.
outside of home.
I had a studio outside for a while
Yeah.
in Amsterdam, and that was also when I was still working for the big IT company.
Right.
And then also, let's see, then at one time they decided to outsource my department to India. So they asked me to move to India, to to Bangalore, India, where you have this business center thing of 100 square kilometers, and then sit behind the laptop 16 hours a day, and that was that's then my career, And then I felt like shit, I'm not gonna move to India,
Yeah.
So, but then I that's the time I decided to go for my music full time. But I also knew that if I was to keep my studio in Amsterdam, which is was very expensive back then already, I thought then it's going to be difficult. So I moved my studio home, and I've been producing at home ever since. And for me, it's I can really separate that work part with the Netflix part. It's
Nice. That's I really admire you guys, because I wish for me it would work, but it just doesn't, unfortunately. I think I just got used to this idea that I always went somewhere to work on music, and I switch. I get in that zone, when I'm already on the way to get there.
Yeah.
And for me, it's kind of like, okay, maybe if I have a separate room, because at the moment we didn't have a separate room here. It was all set up in our living room.
With a separate room, it's already different.
Exactly, that's the thing.
So it was also kind of like, right, okay, this used to be my living room, and now it's just like a mess. It's a living room of a studio.
Yeah.
Panels everywhere. So it was just
I think that didn't help us
That
having
didn't
acoustic
help.
treatment like
all over the room, So I wasn't
then
box,
you don't have a place to write down,
Exactly.
Yeah. No, but honestly, and if I didn't say this, it won't make any sense. But on the first 6 months when I started working from home, my first 6 months were a fucking mess. I spent more time watching old TV shows that I haven't seen, and I was getting distracted all the time. But I was lucky enough, because the first time I started working from home was it was to work for my music. I decided to take 2 years hiatus and say, no, fuck jobs, fuck everything. I'm just gonna try and do music. This was in 2014 or 2000 and something like that. And the first 6 months, I slacked completely. I haven't done shit. And after the 6 months, I was like, shit, I spent 6 months doing nothing. I haven't done quite nothing with my music. So this shit has to stop. And then it hit me. It just hit me. It's like, no, stop this shit. And then I started to have the right mentality. So I do consider this a little bit as stop smoking, or a habit that you have and you need to change it. It is possible to do it, but of course, if you want, if you have things to comply to, schedules to get done, and all that kind of stuff, you cannot spend 6 months slacking and not doing shit. That of course will cause damages for sure. I had that luck because I hadn't anything to really put out, or any goal or anything. So yeah, but I learned the hard way, which was, after 6 months, I was like, shit, I haven't done anything, and supposedly I only have 1 year and a half, and I want this to work. So I learned the hard way. After that, for me now, it's super easy to just separate things. Like this is my space. Behind the curtain is the living room, more or less, thing, because I prefer to be here, but I know how to separate things. Like it's totally off, and not to help. My wife also works from home. She's a jewelry designer, so we already are used to basically this kind of life where, okay, this is our offices. This is not basically, well, this is our house, but it's not our house where we will spend time together and all of that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, if you give it time, it will work. But yeah, but I do understand you guys perfectly. Makes all the sense, of course. It is to break the routine and say no. Now my mindset will be music 100%. I get it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I guess also here in Berlin, you have a lot of options to find a studio, but obviously other places, for example, when I was living in Bristol, that was almost impossible.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually knew of only one building.
It was really difficult.
There was only like 10 And rooms
It
or
was
something.
really difficult. I was lucky because I was always going to work at uni, and
Yeah.
because I was also a mentor there after I finished my degree, so I could always use the studios. So for me, it was okay. So I was always working. I had like a treated room, a really nice, a really cool treated room where I could
Yeah.
go, just like I need to do my mix now,
Yeah.
and the sound's right, you know.
Yeah.
So I always have this like space that I used to go somewhere, and then suddenly just boom, COVID, and then I think it was just like a lot of things together,
Yeah, no, it makes all the sense, Cami. It makes all the sense what you're saying because and that's the other thing that you guys were saying. Like I for instance, I only work on headphones. I have those monitors there, and
They're just for show. No. I know they're good monitors, but I also know that it's where you are staying. It's headphones are better.
yeah. So basically, I only use headphones. But you guys that are used to a treated room where you can listen clearly without any issue, not being able to do that, it's impossible to work on music, honestly. For me, it will be the opposite. If I had to use monitors and not use headphones, I'd be like, nah, fuck this. I don't want to do it because I won't feel comfortable. I won't feel at ease to work on my stuff. So it makes all the sense. And also, especially like Robin, a little bit here in Porto, the spaces to rent are a little bit expensive for what they offer. So that's not also an option as well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
and I'm glad I have an old but big house somehow, and I can I built my studio around here. So
Awesome. Yeah,
Nice.
that's really nice. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, but yeah, you guys over there are quite lucky in Berlin because you have tons of space to rent, tons of space to share, a lot of producers with other studios here. Here no.
Yeah, I bet. I know also in Netherlands because I lived in Amsterdam for 3 years.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I
Yeah.
I knew it was also not very easy like to find. And
Yeah.
my friend, he had a studio. It was a place called Beehives. It's up like it's almost it's behind there's Rembrandt Park. It's very
Yeah.
near Rembrandt Park.
Okay.
Okay.
It was a really nice community, and he had his studio there, which was cool. But also, again, it was not easy to find, and it was I
Yeah.
think quite
The thing now here also is there's a lot of gentrification things going on here. Old warehouses, like an old warehouse from friends of mine that would do parties in Amsterdam Oost. You know, which is what's called Krukjesschilde. Maybe you've been there. It was also open during the time that I played the Henk party where you've been. But a lot of those places are just being demolished now and then replaced with small, small houses, but very expensive, apartment buildings, for
luxury,
a lot of
luxury.
money. Yeah.
Airbnb
Yeah.
luxury stuff. Either Airbnb, either luxury stuff. It's all over the same in Europe basically right now.
Yeah, I think gentrification is everywhere. Here it's
Here
also the
as
same.
well,
I think it's happening.
There's a lot of that.
Starting to. I can see like things popping in around, and I'm kind of like, oh, is it actually going to happen? I mean,
Okay.
surely Berlin 10 years ago was completely different than what it is
Yeah.
now as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah.
But there
But
is something here that they still try to like. There's like a how to say. There is like a threshold, like they're like, okay, no, this is it. Now we
Yeah.
can't have as much gentrification anymore,
Yeah,
That's
because
good.
if you only have that, then you kill the vibe in the city, and then the city is not interesting anymore. You
Yeah.
know. And what I like about, for example, Dimitri Hegeman, he said like the Kraftwerk building.
Yeah.
He just launched a foundation. He basically said like fuck this, let's buy the building. So that's our building. And they cannot kick us out and put another apartment complex there.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine if that happened, that would be horrible, Yeah.
Yeah, here
I guess in England is pretty bad as well.
And in England, they
don't care. It's like here as well. They don't care. Profit.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. They don't
Profit.
care in England, especially where so I'm from Bristol,
Okay.
and I think like there used to be like when I started going clubbing, there was probably like 5 or 6 like kind of what you'd consider like a major club in Bristol.
Yeah.
I think there's only now one, which
Wow.
is Motion. You may have heard of it or not. Sorry, the cat.
Sorry, the cat is trying to knock the speaker down. 1 minute.
Cats.
Terrible. He wants
Cats.
attention. You want
Bring him
attention?
in. Bring him in. Bring him in. Hey, we have cats on
So,
stream.
I know who is the boss in the house. In your house. I know who.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Cats are always the bosses at house, in any household.
Always.
No, but this is happening everywhere. Like in Portugal, it's the same, Jack. Like in Porto right now, they don't fucking care. It's basically buildings for Airbnb, buildings for luxury apartments or condos or whatever. And this is quite funny because Porto grew the last few years because of tourism and because people said, I like to go to Porto because people are nice. It feels like a really nice city. People are nice. Blah blah blah. And what is happening is that everybody is being pushed outside of Porto. So the real people of Porto who made the city be the city, they now don't live in the city, which is like
it's the same with Amsterdam.
Same with Amsterdam.
The real people from Amsterdam are where I live. I live 40 minutes driving from Amsterdam near the Central Lake.
Yep.
And the mentality we have here, that is like the real mentality of Amsterdam. And right now in Amsterdam, you have these extreme leftist, snobist people, mentality that from people who moved to Amsterdam from wherever, and that is now basically what Amsterdam is. So a lot of people who liked Amsterdam for what it was, they all left.
They all left. Yeah, it's happening the same here in Porto as well. People are leaving because they don't have money to live here. Like it is impossible. And Portugal name almost says it, which is like Portugal, which is just add another O and make it Portugal because it is what it is. It's true facts. Sorry, but happening the same. And at least in terms of clubbing and culture. We kept it a little bit. I don't know what will happen after COVID, because honestly I think we only have like maybe 1-2 clubs here in Porto, but at least nightlife kept a little bit the same, and they had this special attention care not to kill cultural places, which is okay. Which is okayish, because even if you think, and that's the thing, Porto in terms of culture is, if it's a little bit too far and you have to drive, people say, nah, it's too far to drive and I won't go because then I cannot drink, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, so fuck that. So at the same time, it's like, okay, so the clubs are open to who? For the people who come visit, or for the people who live here, or people want to go there? So there's this thing that we don't know quite well what is the goal. But honestly, after this, I don't know. For example, Gar Club, which is our most known club here in Porto. I don't know if I hope Gar still will be around, because other than that, we don't have a specific techno club. All the other clubs are typical, all around music, house, deep house, commercial, blah blah blah. So I don't know. Let's see. You guys in Berlin will be okay for sure, because that's techno city. So somehow.
I mean, luckily for probably the government of Berlin, they probably see the clubs closing as more of a loss in terms of income.
That is true, because there are a lot of tourists. People coming to Berlin all the time for the clubs. So they also do hotels, restaurants. They do some sightseeing. They go to
money here.
Yeah.
And I think I mean they also obviously, I mean the Berlin local government, they do care about it.
Oh yeah, they're offering support for artists and clubs.
I mean the support they've given over the past year has actually been pretty good.
Well,
I mean, it could be better in some places, but it has, overall, it's not been too bad.
Not too bad, yeah.
Compared with a lot of other countries, anyway.
Zero here.
Nothing, yeah?
Nothing.
Yeah,
Zero.
I heard a couple Louise from
From
Louise.
Louis, yeah,
Yeah. I was so shocked, like
zero.
that's so crazy,
Well, zero, not I won't say zero because I'll be an hypocrite. So basically, the money they had to help artists, what they did, and Cami will identify with this a little bit because of the way our cultures are similar somehow. So the big music players, those typical popular music guys like our folk Portuguese music or like sertanejo in Brazil or wherever, the guys who own the fucking thing, they got help and they didn't need
Oh, of course.
and they didn't need money at all. But they got the help to, here's some money for you to keep doing your albums and shit. And you're like, dude, this guy gets like 20K for a show, and what the fuck is happening here? People who wanted to do something, either they had some money with them and they basically tried to do albums at home, or they had the luck to have a nice studio to record and put things out. Other than that, it was zero, like totally zero. They did not even cared about. Like it was like, okay, fuck you. Like, what do you want me to do to you? To give you money? Zero. They just didn't support it. And worse than that, at least in my opinion, is nothing against, because I have plenty of friends who are rocker artists, indie artists, whatever. When they started to reopen things last year during the summer, where you could go to events and stuff like sit-in events,
Yeah.
they only basically wanted to do rock or indie music or whatever. Anything electronic, zero. No.
Yeah, here that's a lot as well, because like the politics and the mainstream media, whatever, still don't want to acknowledge the importance of electronic music and festival culture here. Here is a bit the same, yeah. But I think they're coming back from that a bit, because they now realize that electronic dance music is one of the Netherlands' most important export products.
Yeah.
And they realize that some indie whatever band, with all respect to them, by the way, it's isn't really going to cut it at test events or whatever what they want to do now.
Yeah, of course.
So there's a shift going on here, I think.
Here is basically the same. Like they don't fucking care. This is very well. It is funny, but not funny at the same time. So basically, we already one year over the first time things happen, and I think one month ago or 1.5 months ago, it was the first time that a Portuguese news group basically decided to interview people from the clubbing scene. And I was like, so you guys took a year to just ask us, like, what is happening? Dude, nothing is happening because nobody cared about us. It is like, yeah, fuck them. Who wants them? And that's a little bit the mentality. But then they forget that despite everything, and we know that at least over here in Portugal, the night scene or the club scene, it is not that 100% legit somehow. It is what it is. We know how things go. So, but even despite that, now they are like, yeah, maybe this is a nice income, and this also brings people in. But still, knowing this, and despite people doing strikes and all that thing, they did open a little bit their minds, but nonetheless, but nothing happened really. Nothing really happened. They just prefer to ignore it and let it be. It is what it is. So I don't know. I don't know what will happen. So, but one thing is sure. At least the club in Lisbon called Lux Club, which is fucking amazing. Lux,
yeah.
I've heard many things about it. Yes.
That one will stay open after COVID and after. That's basically a business. That's that's a business, basically.
Is that Dexter's Club?
Dexter's Club, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Dexter's Club. So yeah, at least that we'll have that one. The other ones, I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, I have a question here from our friend from Discord and streams, Bombiali, from Porto as well. And this question is for Cami and Jack. So basically, let me see here. I took, okay, it's here. So
He had a couple of questions.
I do. Questions for Lady Machine. Where
Yeah, I
did,
can't see.
sorry, Cami.
No.
No, we said we
keep going.
can't see anything because of the screens.
Okay. Don't worry. I'll do the questions. Don't worry.
Awesome.
So you guys can be at ease. So he's asking for Lady Machine for Cami, where did she get the strength for never giving up vinyl for all these years?
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't say like the strength, but more like the money that I spent.
Yeah.
I was actually telling Jack, like, because when I started DJing, I was still living in Brazil, and this was over 20 years ago, yeah? And in Brazil, I mean, you are probably familiar with that, I'm not sure, but maybe not. Robin and Jack wasn't familiar, but we pay, like, insane high taxes in our country.
Import tax. Let's put it like it.
Import taxes is one of the highest in the world, I would say.
I think it's the highest.
For every import in Brazil, you pay 60% on top of that price. So, for example, if I buy 10 records, I have to give them 60% of the amount. So I was always telling people, like, they're like, oh, you used to play a lot of gigs. And I said, yeah, well, I spent all my money in records, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it was always so really, it was super hard, you know,
Yeah.
to just be like buying records like constantly. So for me, it was like a really, really big passion, you know, and I just love it. I just love playing with vinyl. It just works for me. It's the way that I find I can express myself the best, you know, and I want to stick with it. And I don't see a reason why I need to stop.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
You should do what you feel was best.
With like CDJs out, which is okay. I mean, obviously, like if there is an emergency and something happens, you know, I will do it. Like I have no other option. I will have to do it, but I would prefer not. But when I am at home, I also like to do podcasts and mix digital, because then I can support those tracks that I won't play out.
Yeah, promos and stuff. Yeah, makes all the sense.
Yeah. So I like to keep a balance. I you know, there's so many people that send me music and it's really good stuff, and I want to support. And this is the way that I am finding at the moment that I can, you know, do like, you know, a little bit of both. So it doesn't like, you know, I don't just do that and I miss out on like, you know, that part basically.
Yeah, no. It's look, it's totally legit, and actually, I feel the same. Don't stop doing it, because if everybody switches to CDJs or pens or whatever that is, vinyl will lose its special thing somehow. So yeah. But it's not, and that's the part that I don't like about vinyl, because I love to play and I love to support people that are releasing or promos and all that kind of stuff. And I don't want to bring a laptop with Tractor Pro and time coded vinyls and shit, because that shit is awful. But nonetheless, I do support, and I think there should be more people playing vinyl, if they can play vinyl, of course, and if they can support it financially, because it's not that cheap, as you know. Yeah. So, but that's awesome.
I mean, it's for me. It's always really personal. It's just because it works for me. It's something that I express myself better with this format than others. So I just feel really confident, and I think I can do a good job with it. You know?
Yeah,
No,
that's the most important thing.
Yeah,
but that should be crazy in Brazil, like a vinyl. So let me think. So 20 years ago, we already had euro. So basically, a vinyl that costed 15 euros will cost you like 50 euros for you to get.
I would say around, maybe a little bit less, because there's like inflation. I mean, at that time, 20 years ago, things were
maybe like 40 euros, something
40
like
euros.
that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think, I mean, considering that now vinyl is 10 to 13, 14,
10 to
but
13,
at the time it was cheaper, you know, so it was much cheaper. But still, I remember at the time it was like 40 reais like for one record when I was in Portland.
Yeah.
Which is like for now you buy nothing with 40 reais.
40
in Brazil.
reais. Yeah, you buy zero. You buy shit.
Nothing.
You buy shit. Nothing.
Buy a piece of bread. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a piece of
So-
bread maybe. Or you
Yeah,
bring,
but,
or you bring the boleto. You bring the boleto and you buy the vinyl. So guys, boleto is like a way Brazilian people can buy things in divided parts.
Yeah, I've seen this bullet.
You've seen, he's familiar with.
I've seen this around.
sorry,
Okay.
sorry
Wow.
for this part, but yeah, in Brazil, it's. I think Cami can explain better than I because I never lived, I never went there. But in Brazil, you have something which is called the boleto. I'm saying in English, but boleto. O boleto, cara? So
How would I describe that with this? I don't know how I can translate that to English. Actually.
there is no.
There's not even a word in English.
No. Imagine that. There's no name for that. Imagine that's a brand name. Okay, let's say that it's like a brand
I
name.
would say like it's like a bill, you know, like kind
Like a
of
check.
like a check,
Like a check.
yeah.
Like a check.
It's kind of like a check.
Like
Yeah,
a voucher or something like that, maybe. I don't know.
Well, the
Then
thing.
I
Voucher
think,
check.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's similar, but it's not really a voucher because you have
Okay.
to pay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas a voucher would be something actually nice.
Yeah, the thing is, Robin, basically, it is like, let's say you want to buy a pair, and this happens a lot in Brazil. You want to buy a pair of shoes that cost 20 euros. A lot of Brazilians will put that on the boleto, and they will pay those 20 euros like in 10 months or 5 months. So
Yeah,
then
okay.
it is like fractioning. I forgot the word for that. It's like
Installments.
yeah, exactly. And that's basically how things are run there somehow.
Okay.
Which is
You
fucking
can pay
insane.
everything with
Yeah.
installments in Brazil.
Can you pay everything in this bullet?
You can pay everything with installments and everything with everything. You know, in Brazil, there's always a way. It's a little. I think it's got a little bit of that American kind of culture, but it's also like we want to make you happy, so there's always a way to make you get in debt. You know, because then
Yeah.
you've been in debt forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And basically you get like cuffed to that forever. Like I'm still paying those shoes from like 10 years ago, and like what
Yeah,
the fuck is
basically.
happening? Yeah.
That you have thrown away like 9 years ago, and you still pay
Yeah.
for them. Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
No, but that's well.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad for once that you are over here in Europe because now you can get much faster vinyl and
Okay.
for less money. For less money.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I remember my first trip to Europe was in 2002, and I remember I came to Berlin, and I think I left that Space Hot shop with about 100
Of
records,
course.
like with a new record bag, and it was one of those like really old school ones, like silver ones that they
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
no wheels.
No wheels.
And
Yeah.
I had to cap my hands. They were like how to say, not bleeding, but they were like
Blister, a lot of blisters.
blistering because
Yeah.
I had to wrap it all over my trip in Europe with it, you know, like with like
Yeah.
efforts. But for me, it was like wow, you know, it was like amazing that I actually could do that, you know.
The black gold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It is. It is like okay. What I'm gonna say. It is not in a bad manner, but it's super funny. At least for us in Portugal, like there's this general idea that Brazilians are big spenders, but but it's not the case because the thing is, they come from Brazil. Like I had a friend who worked in Rio. And
Yeah.
every time he came to Portugal, he always went back with like 5 MacBook Pros on his bag, all open, and all that shit. He said, "Dude, you don't even imagine how much people are willing to pay me to get a MacBook Pro because either they come here in Europe and they pay like 10 for their whole family, and they think Brazilians are rich, but no, it's the fact that if they pay it much more expensive in Brazil to get one, so they get 10 here, and then they take them there. They still
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
some cash." And it's all good.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Basically,
insane.
it's the opposite when people are in Europe. They're like, "Oh, can you buy me like 10 packs of cigarette when you go to
Yeah.
Brazil?"
Yes.
It's the other way around.
Yeah. Like bring me some like 10 packs of Marlboro because it's like €1.80 there. So please bring me 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically
Yeah.
the thing. No, but it's insane. And 20 years ago, who do we had from Brazil? We had Renato Cohen. More. And I'm trying to remember more people.
DJ Murphy. I'm not
Murphy,
sure if
yeah,
you
Murphy. Of course, Murphy. They were.
Duco. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if you're familiar
Yeah,
with them as
yeah.
well. Lucas, Fernanda Martins, a little bit, maybe not Lucas, yes, but
Lucas,
Fernanda
yes.
a little bit. Yeah.
Lucas, yes, but Fernando a little bit later. Yeah. So you guys playing vinyl. That was insane. Like,
Yeah. I
fuck.
mean, it was a culture at the time. Like CDJs was not really a big thing. Yeah, it was like kind of like mid 2000 that start to kick off. I think.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
was still on vinyl. A lot of like local, really good local DJs. You know,
Yeah.
like Brazil had an amazing scene at that time. Some
Yeah.
incredible DJs, like really impressive, actually.
Yeah.
I know that like there was a period of that it went really bad because everybody left at the time. You
Yep.
know, like Murphy left.
Yeah.
I think Renato left, and then Pat Duo left, and then it was kind of like all the DJs that were like kind of pushing it. They were gone. You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think now it's kind of come back, and I heard it's really good at the moment, and I haven't been there now for years
Really?
after COVID as well. Now I don't know how long it's gonna take to get back there,
Yeah.
and I mean I have no idea how the parties are gonna resume there. To be honest,
Yeah.
I really hope that the clubs will have some strength to pull through.
Yeah.
But also again, I don't think there's any support from the government
governments.
there,
Mhm.
and it's just
Yeah,
a,
I don't see Mr. What's his name, Bolsonaro, like a big
Oh.
clubbing guy. You know,
Yeah, I don't think anyone can see that.
no, he's like honestly, like he needs to go. Like he's
or someone who would really
Yeah, no,
even
no.
understands. You know,
it's
yeah.
just too much, man. He's like
He's
he's
crazy.
just genocide. Honestly, it's crazy. He's
Mhm.
the thing is that when you watch like him like on national TV
Yeah.
swearing words saying fuck
Yeah.
and blah blah blah, you're like this is the Brazilian president. Do you know?
Like you
he's
know that is like you know.
oh, you are a bunch of pussies.
Yeah.
Is it like the benchmark of the Brazilian people or whatever?
No,
You know?
dude, it's just this fucking old retarded military dude.
I know.
Who,
Yeah.
who thinks he's like appealing to the people by saying shit like it's all fucked up, fuck off, bunch of pussies, COVID is
I know,
for
I know.
pussies and shit. But the thing is like it's just a fucking retarded dude, and I think people were sick of everything there, and they just did that stupid vote as they did. In the UK and as they did in the US and all that shit. So yeah. But well, I don't know. You know about Brazil scene. I've been talking a lot to a lot of young people from Brazil doing techno again.
Yes.
I've seen Anderson Noise. Anderson is getting a little bit updated
Yeah.
somehow. Renato. I don't know what Renato is doing. I think Renato is not doing even techno.
I think Renato is really doing kind of like disco or house.
Yeah, I think so. I think,
Okay.
Now.
yeah.
He used to have a project called Level 202,
Yeah.
which I used to love. Like
Yeah.
I was like super big fan, you know, and he's always been a reference for me, you know. So I have massive respect for him.
Oh, for sure. Renato is a staple on techno, especially the groovy, funky, tribalistic, and the culprit for samba loops on techno as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But it's cool to see that despite everything, despite all that shit going on, there's a lot of Brazilian artists coming up doing stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot of people now at the moment, and I think, like I said to you, the scene was like really bubbly.
Yeah.
Like I think maybe like a year and a half ago already,
Yeah.
just before COVID, and
Yeah.
from also I hear from friends. I have this friend of mine. She's also a DJ there, Amanda Musi. She plays crap. And she is like involved with like this like other party called Mamba Negra, which is a huge event, and I'm super looking forward to check all that stuff out. But who knows when, you know? So yeah, we have to wait. But like I said, it's supposed to be really, really good there at the moment. Like well, before. Well, when I say now, I'm thinking that it's still, you know,
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that's good. It is good to see because Brazil is so massive. It's at so many people. And it was, at least for me, like I've I am the kid here. But I remember perfectly being a kid and seeing big Brazilian names doing good techno. They're like staples. Like they were part of those legendary status people. They really moved techno forward. Like they brought cool stuff forward. And then after some years, it was like, nothing happening. Like
Yeah.
you had some minimal guys, Zoo Brazil, that I honestly, I nothing
There is
against them, but
there is a huge scene there of a lot of different kind of sounds. I think
yeah,
techno, it's a little bit more niche,
super
but
niche. Yeah.
if you go like a little bit like more like I don't know, like trance, a little bit more
Oh,
pop, then you have some huge stuff going on. Yeah. Like,
Trance for sure, like Universo Paralelo, it's like maker for
oh yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah. No, totally, totally. It's huge, you know, like
yeah,
really, really huge stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
and actually they are saying on chat Bombiali, and that is true. The last big, okay, I'm gonna say it this way: the last big export out of Brazil was Gui Borato.
Yeah.
Gui was the last like huge thing, and Gui Borato was
Yeah.
minimal, or nowadays is like, I don't know, IDM house, something electronic.
I haven't followed any of the stuff he's been doing
I
in a
mean,
long
me,
time.
me
I'm
neither.
not sure yet.
Zero.
Yeah.
Nothing against him. Nothing against Yugi,
Of course.
but
He's a lovely guy. Yeah.
but yeah, I don't follow that your scene. So, but yeah, but I'm happy. I'm happy that, and I hope things really turn over.
Yeah, no, totally. I agree. It's a weird one
They
because
they
this
probably will, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Robin. I think so as well, because when we
I
see
think, yeah.
when we see South America, South America as a whole, right?
Yeah.
You always had Argentina being like the ones who did the crossover to techno, and techno was big there, and minimal techno was big there. So that's
Yeah.
kind of like a staple. But then you started to see Colombia, Chile as well, starting to move on. And I'm like, where is Brazil? Like, come on, Brazil is the biggest
Yeah,
place
sure.
there. Like,
It's
come
a
on,
weird
guys.
one.
I saw in the comments. I saw in the
Yeah.
comments someone mentioning Anna, and
Anna,
indeed,
yeah.
I saw her play on a festival before COVID, and I really liked it.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's great.
Yeah,
You know,
I really liked it.
I
It
used
was
to
really
play
good.
four decks with her about like I don't know, 15 years ago, maybe 20 almost, like a long time ago. Yeah, we went like we had like this four deck set. Like I remember we were like shit, we didn't practice or anything. We just like got thrown in. Like okay, we have to do it. Like we're just gonna do it. And it was really awesome. And she's really lovely. Like she played at my night a few times. I don't know, long time ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah. I speak to her like every so often, but I haven't seen her in a long time as well.
And I think and
She moved to Europe as well. Eh?
Barcelona.
Yeah.
She's in
Barcelona,
Barcelona.
yeah.
Yeah,
Barcelona, yeah.
Barcelona. Yeah.
Yeah.
she's
She's
in
a lovely
Barcelona.
girl, yeah.
Yeah.
She's a great DJ, yeah. Really good. Like really good.
No, Anna is also a good artist and DJ as well. Yeah. So yeah, let's give time. Let's hope that COVID goes away, and let's hope that South America brings back the game in. Because
Yeah.
they have the groove there. The groove is there, so they just need to
Yeah.
put it out.
Definitely.
definitely there.
But I always thought that South America was a funny one because I always thought Argentina, Colombia, and Chile, they always work a little bit more united. And Brazil was like this huge place that was just like, kind of on their own. You know, there was never a connection with the rest of like South America. So it was always really strange, you know?
I think the culprit is basically because we speak Portuguese, and every people speaks Portuguese.
It might be the language thing. Yeah,
No. That okay as a language, but in Portugal as well, people are not united as well. People don't unite.
Okay.
And I say that the culprit has to be the Portuguese language somehow, but it is the same here. Like only now with Vil, Temuro, Norbeck, Luis Fauzzi, only this generation started to get united. Because before that it was a fucking mess. Like nobody did anything together. You had like small groups working alone, and nobody mangled in. Like it's like no, fuck you, I don't want to talk to you. And we're like, really? We are just 10 million people. Like, doesn't make any sense at all.
That's crazy. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So basically, I don't know. I have high hopes for Brazil scene. I've been talking with a lot of Brazilian artists, techno artists, of course.
Nice.
And I hope, and I really hope it booms. Unfortunately, most of them want to come to Europe.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I don't blame them. But the majority of them has that mindset. Like I'm doing this here in Brazil, in São Paulo, or in Rio, or wherever they are. But then they say, my big dream is to go to Europe to do this, and I'm like, dude, don't.
To move to Europe or to just
To
like
move.
come and
No,
tour.
to move to leave
No,
here.
I understand. I can tell from my personal experience, it's very, very hard to make a living when you are playing this kind of music.
Oh, for sure. Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
In Brazil, you know?
I
If you
think
really-
I think we all agree to that thing that we are in the same situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, totally,
Yeah.
yeah. I
But-
mean, you can't like afford a solid living unless you are playing some sort of other kind of music, and then you can be there. You know, it's really difficult in Brazil. There's not like a solid, constant scene that will let you do that, and I think that also drives people to move out, which is
People will feel
sad.
quite
You know?
isolated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little sad. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
But-
No, I get it totally. Like if you played funk brasileiro, if you played that, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, or if your name is Marcelo D2 or whatever, that will be fine. Playing liquid drum and bass with dolphins and birds and whatever.
Yeah. Or unless you're like a super commercial artist, or more like kind of, you know, Alok.
Yeah, Alok. Yeah, Alok. Yeah, I know.
You know what's the weird thing? Alok is a distant cousin of mine.
Really? Alok. So okay.
Do I see a collaboration coming up?
Well, no, I don't think so.
The girl that runs Universo Paralelo, she's part of my family,
Okay.
like, but a distant family that we actually never met is a really weird thing. And we had this cousin that he was like the connection between the two families.
Okay.
But he passed away, so I never get to meet them. And my father always says, "Oh, Alok is your distant cousin," and I find it so weird when I see him out, because he's such a huge artist, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is crazy, you know, like it's unbelievable. Yeah, mad. It's mad stuff. Yeah.
Well, Cam, you already know if you want to be if you want to go big and you need some help,
Yeah.
just say, "Hey, Alok,
Exactly.
come on, family, come on. What the fuck do you
with
want?"
family. Come on. What?
on.
Yeah.
He was doing a collaboration with Mick Jagger. I was like, what the
Yeah.
hell is this? You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
That was crazy.
That's
you know what I
crazy.
mean?
Yeah. I never understood how it boomed up,
Yeah.
but good for him, I guess.
Totally, yeah.
Totally,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, but Mumbiali is saying though it's Alok who needs to step up. Well, yeah, it depends.
Yeah.
Dude.
Step up already. Come on. What's taking you?
Well,
Step up already.
Depends, dude. I don't know if it's us who need to step up and maybe do some bossa nova techno thing to become commercial. No, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, no, it's crazy, and I'm quite curious to see.
Regarding what you just said is Gustavo, can you just sing the girl from Ipanema lyrics for me, and then I'll make something over it. Let's get something real underground that nobody knows. You know.
Well, look. There's something. Look, Cami is gonna love.
You know you want it. No.
No, I'm gonna tell you something even better. Portuguese people know this. Cami will know this. So my name, and it's my real name. It's Gustavo Lima. It's Gustavo Lima, just with one T. Okay, not two T's. So basically, there's this Brazilian artist called Gustavo Lima, who has a music called Gustavo Lima e Você, which means it's like Gustavo Lima and you. So maybe, Robin, I can sing that, since my name is Gustavo Lima as well. You do a techno remix and we profit on that.
Make me proud. Yeah.
So the music is like super cheesy. It's like Gustavo Lima e Você. So basically, you can do that, and it become a techno bomb band for summer hits. So
You know me. I've been doing this for a long time. We can do this.
we can
Yeah,
do
I like
this.
I like the attitude. I like that. That's the right.
Can do mentality. Yeah, exactly.
We can do this. We can pull a Gustavo Lima e Você remix easily, and then I don't know.
And then after that, we tell him, like, you know, that he stole our track or whatever, because your name is Gustavo Lima as well.
Yeah.
We turn it around just to be in advance of him, you know.
And the thing is, I'm older than him, so I came first. Then
Well,
him.
there you go already. Yeah, and if you're older than him, then I am certainly older than him. So
you are.
We can do the whole business techno thing here. Yeah.
Well, Dutch people are very good into doing commercial techno hits and commercial summer hits. So I'm pretty sure you're fit for that.
Yeah, yeah. I see huge festivals with I don't know Coachella and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah,
Let's go. Let's go. Rock in Rio, man. Rock in Rio in Rio, man. Let's aim for that. Let's aim for that.
Rio. That's where they have that huge statue of Jared Leto, huh?
No, what Jared Leto? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I didn't know.
No, Cami, wait. There's this.
It's a joke between Gustavo and me. The huge Jared Leto statue. It's on the mountain in Rio. It's Jared Leto that.
So basically,
I was like, what?
yeah. So basically,
I
Monsignor.
actually took it literally.
You
So
took it literally, Christian.
They have one in Lisbon as well.
Very aware.
Jared Leto, that actor, with the long hair, yeah.
So
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
get it. Totally. Yes.
so basically, it's called the Cristo Redentor, which is like the redemption Christ. I think the best translation. It will be that one.
Christ Redeemer or something, yeah.
Redeemer.
Redeemer, yeah, Christ the Redeemer. So basically, Robin says it's Jared Leto in a statue.
No, I like that. Like, that's
Okay.
good. You caught me, really. Like,
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah. We will do now. Since now we are live stream actors nowadays. Me and Robin. We can do a live jam there, Robin. We'll pull that. Since there are dudes who did live streams on balloons, on cars, on airplanes and helicopters, we can do one in Cristo Redentor in Jared Leto's head, man.
It would be because you have a thing there, for sightseeing that you can look over Rio and the whole bay and everything. It would be a nice background scene to do a techno set there. Absolutely.
Well, I'm pretty much sure if we ask Kami to talk to Alok to pull that, he can put. I'm pretty much sure.
You can pull some strings in here.
I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Talk to your brother.
Brother, cousin, anything. Talk to your anything to pull this up. No, but
Yeah,
that is
awesome.
possible. If I think that is possible. Say, Alok, I want to play on Cristo Redentor.
Arranged it already.
I think it's possible. Good. Let's we have questions. We have questions to ask.
Okay.
One for Jack, which is question for Decka from Bombiali again, because Bombiali is like this release mouse rat, always wants the new releases. When is that remix for Koyu coming out?
Good question. I actually thought it was supposed to be out about a month ago.
I think so as well, because I remember seeing
Okay.
seeing something about that.
Yeah, but I spoke to his label manager a couple of weeks ago, and he said it's going to be in the beginning of May. I think it was May.
Okay. Is it going to be on vinyl or digital? Because if it's vinyl, then it might be with the pressing plant issues or something like that.
I think
You know
it's
what?
digital.
They never
Okay.
told me, but I'm pretty sure it's digital.
I think
Okay.
I think
Okay.
so. It is.
Yeah.
Suara is only doing digital for the last
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
3.
But they do some vinyl runs.
They do some vinyl runs. Like I bought
Mm.
an Advent record, like that came out. I think it was
Last year. Yeah.
last
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
and they did something recently with like is it Hector Oaks?
Dave the drummer.
No, Dave the drummer.
Dave the
yeah.
drummer,
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Dave. They got
Yeah,
they got Dave. Yeah, Dave. My God, Dave is still around. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Huge discography. It's
They have a
impressive.
massive- yeah,
like,
it's
just-
quite
they have
crazy.
so many people on there. It's crazy, huh?
Well, look, Koyu is a nice guy. I really like him, and I think he does what he does because he really loves it.
Yeah.
And I think
You
people
mean Dave? Yeah.
and no, I think at this moment Koyu can get anybody he wants actually. But there's this thing which I do understand a little bit. People think that Koyu is basically selling out somehow, but the thing is, he's doing that for passion. Like he's not putting things as like I'm gonna cash in on this shit just because it's on a trend, and also because he really offers you nice opportunities, and he has really good a good setup label there, which can make these things happen.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit different than people saying, "Oh, he's just cashing in or cashing out on this trend." Okay, maybe he came from a different scene, like tech house
But it
scene.
doesn't matter, you know. If the passion is there, if it's genuine passion, then
Yeah, totally. I agree with you. Yeah.
who cares what style it is
Yeah.
or whatever what he releases? Because if he really stands behind it,
That's it. That's it.
From speaking to him, he was
Yeah.
he always had a very big drive for just music in general.
That's it. That's it.
also,
Yeah.
but
Actually,
and then I think it's even cooler that he doesn't stick to one like specific style or
genre,
whatever. you know?
Yeah. Actually, I am in depth. I am in depth with him, and I have to talk to him now. This is a good memory for me to remember that I need to talk to him. But that's the thing. People sometimes do think like, okay, Suarez is like this sellout thing. I'm just being honest here, and Koyu. I'm not saying this on a. If you ever see this, I'm not saying this on a bad manner. People do have a little bit of like, oh, Suarez. No, but no. The thing is, if you talk with Koyu, you'll understand that he is really passionate about what he does, and he does the things because he really believes in them. It is not this. It is not this dude who's full of cash, spending just to be on the trend. No, it's quite the opposite of that. He really does that because he really believes on what he's doing, and that's honestly, if you ask me, that's not a very common thing nowadays. There's not many like him nowadays, if you ask me. Not trying to be a prick, but it is what it is. And I'm glad to see that he opened up. He still has his own more commercial releases somehow, but also wants to bet on different things that are a niche, and they say, no, I don't care if this is a niche. I like it. I'm gonna put it out. But yeah, but I also thought that your remix came out. I don't know why. I had this idea that it already came.
I need to recheck the email, but I think he said it was May, somewhere between May the 3rd and May the 6th.
Was
Okay.
Temudo also Temudo?
No, so he did like a remix series. The name escaped. I'm always terrible at remembering the name.
You're like me. Don't worry. You're like me.
But he's doing like he did 3 releases himself on Suara, then under like a kind of part 1, part 2, part 3 kind of.
Yeah.
And then part 1 was remixed by Temudo.
Temudo, yeah.
Jay Clark and Flug,
Sebastian, yeah.
Yeah. And then that was the first. That was part 1 who did the remixes. Then part 2 is me and is he Brazilian? Is it later Marshall?
Yeah. Marshall, yeah.
Marçal, sim.
Yeah, Marshall, yeah.
Yeah,
Easier to see in Portuguese, Marçal, yeah. or in this case, Marçal, because we say Marçal, you say Marçal, so yeah, in the end we understand. But yeah. But I really thought it. I don't know. Maybe I'm imagining things, or maybe I've seen something. I really thought it already came out.
If it did, then I
wasn't made aware. He didn't get the memo. No,
Look,
I didn't get the promo or the memo.
Okay, wow.
Look, don't feel bad, because I had releases where I completely forgot it came out, and I was like, shit, this came out, and I didn't even do a post, and like. Yeah.
Shall I check?
I think one time, Gustavo, I even sent you a message like, hey man, great release. And then you asked me like, hey, has this been released? One of your releases. Yeah. Yeah. And then I said like, yeah, it has been released like here.
I don't think it is.
Nah,
no.
Here's the band going.
No, yeah. I typed on Google and nothing comes up. So
Okay.
So
in sign that nothing comes up. That's a good sign.
Good. Well, in my case, well, yeah. Okay, it happened to me. It happened to me.
You did.
Yeah.
Explain.
No.
What happened is that I sent him a message. Like, you know, hey, this like some release, like, yeah, man, great release, awesome stuff. And then he sent me a reply on Facebook chat like, is this out yet? I said, yeah, here's the Bandcamp link and everything, promo from the label on Facebook and all that kind of stuff. And he totally forgot. He said, oh, okay, yeah. And then he said, like, okay, oh well, then I'll do a promo too, or something like that, on this page or whatever.
Well,
Yeah, but that happens, It's yeah.
Look, it was an honest mistake, honestly. Honestly, an honest mistake.
Everyone has those mistakes sometimes,
And but
it's okay,
Well, but in the end, things were okay.
Absolutely, of course, yeah.
Yeah, I got the CD later on, which was cool because that was in CD, so that even narrows more a little bit what release it was. But
regarding that is I have a release planned on that same label.
yeah,
And I need to ask them when they are actually going to release it, because I have no clue. I have no clue. I approve the masters, everything, I think, and
yeah.
Well, that's kind of what happened with me. I approved the master back in January. Then just kind of forgot about it, and I was like, I should probably ask when that's coming out. To be honest.
Yeah. But by the way, when you're planning to release it,
That was literally the email I read. I was like, oh, by the way, when is it coming out?
Yeah.
Look, I have a story which I won't say names because it's two friends of mine. Robin knows them very well, and I have mad respect for them. But one of my first releases, after many years of having different projects, and when I started my project 1,000 Details, I managed to get a release on a cool label, which I really appreciate. Even nowadays, I really love that label, and I have total mad respect for them. And I sent them some tracks, and they said, "Oh, we like this. Can we release this?" I said, "Yeah, of course. I just sent this for you guys." So all good. I sent the tracks. And they said, okay, cool. Let me just arrange schedules and stuff, and we come back to you. So 2 months passed, and they said, oh, now that release will be on this time. I said, awesome, cool. Here are the pre-masters. 4 months passed, and I was like, okay, this is normal. I don't have any rush on doing this. I can wait.
Mastering takes a long time, I don't know.
Yeah. So totally fine. So already 6 months. 8 months, and I was like, hey guys, what happened to the release? They said, oh shit, we forgot about the release. I said, okay. And they said, because I was like, so the release was supposed to come this month. They said, oh shit, we did exchange the releases, so now yours is coming in basically in 10 months. I was like, okay, cool. And then I asked like, do you guys have the masters or the pre-masters yet? Let me check. Oh shit, we don't have the pre-masters. And I was, okay, no problem. I went, and this is true, and forgive me, both of you guys don't know this, but, and I know that they see this sometimes, and I went back to search the projects, and I was like, okay, I found 1, I found 2, I found 3, and I didn't found the 4th, and I was like, shit. So I didn't want this to take more time to happen, so I found the track in MP3. I re-encoded to WAV.
It happened, I mean, what else?
I put it on WAV. I said -6 WAV, get it. Actually, the master was fucking insane. I was like, Jesus, this sounds really good for a fucking MP3 in a WAV. Just to say, I haven't lost it. I got the masters. And again, the same shit. They forgot the release date, so I released there after 1.5 years. But the release went super good. It kind of helped me boost.
It was worth it. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so
it was worth the wait.
It helped. But the thing is, some of my friends know this about that. I sent an MP3 as WAV, so just I am very professional. I didn't delete the track that I had in the project. But if they ever see this, guys, sorry, but I sent you an MP3 re-encoded in WAV, which was fucking shit. But the master dude, and he's Dutch as well, Mas Paventi.
I know him well. Yeah. Marco, I know him well. He's a great guy. Yeah.
And we're actually thinking of using him for our next few releases.
Yeah, I mean, I know Marco for like
Ages.
more than 10 years. Like
Look.
he was my first teacher at SAE. Like I don't know,
Okay.
12 years ago. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's awesome. He's
Yeah,
amazing.
Marco did a fucking insane job with that fucking shitty file, and I was like, how is this shit passed on? Like, okay,
Trust him. Totally
Mar-
trust him. Totally trust him. Yeah, he knows
Marco,
what he's doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Marco probably thought like, hey, this last track, this has some funny artifacts in the high notes, in the hi-hats and all, like funny artifacts. But okay, maybe he used some coloring box, that he thought it was. Yeah,
well,
you
I
never
hope
know.
so. I hope so. So big ups for Marco. Awesome job.
Yeah,
But
Marco.
but
Marcus Paventi, yeah.
but yeah, but so that's the thing. Like I this stupid story, which was like a shame for me. But at that time, I was really like a mess. I was a mess at that time.
Oh, like I mean, at the end of the day, it was not your fault with what happened. And I mean,
If the track
what else
sounded
would you
good,
do?
No,
you
no,
know?
no. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
no, like it was a shit show all over. But mad respect for the label, mad respect for Marco who pulled an insane shit. And in the end, everything worked awesome. And that release ended up giving me, as with my new name, a little boost. Like, okay, who's this guy?
Yeah.
And people, oh, is that guy from the other thing? I said, yeah, I'm the guy from that thing and that thing and that thing. But yeah, now I'm alone. But yeah, like so, shit happens, man. So
You will forever be that guy who converted MP3 to Wave and it still sounded good.
well, maybe that's a sign that I'm a good a good mixing engineer, man. Maybe that's a sign. Maybe.
Honestly, that's a really good debate. Can actually people perceive it if they do like you know what I mean?
Honestly, Camille, let's take that one. Honestly, I only believe that you will feel a difference on Wave if you have a decent club sound system, a very
Yeah,
good
when
one.
you're in a club, you can actually probably hear. I could
Yeah.
a few times when I tried.
On a very
yeah.
good one. If you have a shitty,
Yeah.
if you have a normal shitty sound club system, I guarantee you that you won't understand if it's MP3 or Wave.
Yeah.
There was this club in Madrid called Utopia, which doesn't exist anymore. Thanks COVID, fucking COVID. And I used to play there a few times. It's from some friends of mine in Madrid. Shout out to Uncle Fon because it was his project. And they had this massive tuned sound system there. Everything was perfect. And I just did my test. Like, let me play a Wave, let me play an MP3. And yeah, and I said that, okay, now I feel the difference on a Wave
can
and an
see-
MP3.
Yeah.
But on a normal club and on a normal shitty sound system club where they care about it, but they don't go into full maniac like let's tune this here and here and here and here.
Yeah.
Zero. I just it sounds the same. I don't feel any artifacts or more high end or more air on the track. No, it feels the same. But on a good sound system, I felt it. I actually
Yeah,
felt
true.
it.
Yeah, no, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, it would be more like perceivable. I would say because
Yeah.
of the
Perceivable,
definition.
A lot more defined.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Actually, this is a good debate. What I felt, and that's the term, felt, not heard, felt. It is the perception you have of a wave being played on a very good sound system. It is that you kind of feel that the whole track or the whole mix, the whole thing, when it's well done, it feels more complete somehow. Like it feels that is more balanced. Like you feel that
It's more solid as well.
solid. Yeah, it's
correct.
balanced.
Yeah.
When you're in a sorry for the shitty sound systems out there. If you put a Wave or an MP3, it always feels the same shit. Like brah, brah, brah. It's always the same shit. But on a good one, it's not that you hear it, but you feel it's more
It's the
whole
more,
package. It's a
if
whole
you
package.
have a better sound system that is able to reveal more detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for example, a very very cliche example, Berghain, for example, they have a well dialed in good sound system, and when you're standing in a sweet spot of that club, you hear a lot of detail, and although it's really loud, you can also still talk with each other a little bit. And if you choose to not talk, you're
Rule of thumb,
completely immersed in the sound. And I think there, when you play a Wave compared to an MP3, then
You feel
a
it.
Wave really does make does make a difference. But also, you have to really watch your levels,
Yeah.
because if you
Totally, yeah.
if you are like playing in the red,
Yeah.
then the system is very unforgiving, and then you just make a big fool of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
That's the other side of a really good system.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I like in this club in Madrid. Like this club was insane. Like it was insane. It was a small club. It had studios on the first floor, which you didn't hear anything of the club. You just get out of the club, go into the stairs to the first floor.
Yeah.
You had studios, and you're like, am I on the same place even? Like, where's the fucking club downstairs? And everything was really set up, and it's the same experience. If you could be on the middle of the dance floor, or in any place on that club, you heard the sound the same way. It always felt
That's really good.
the same way.
Because this is usually
An issue.
a challenge in
a club.
Yeah.
And you could speak normally. You didn't need to shout and everything. You could speak normally and still hear the sound fat and immersing on you.
That's usually the really good sign.
That's when you can tell that is actually.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you played on the reds, or if you played a little bit louder or more distortion, KO.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude, what the fuck are you doing, man? It was like, oh shit, I just did shit. So that's the bad part of it, because the shitty sound systems do always forgive you. Like if you play even full of distortion, it's like, okay, all is good, sounds good, let's go.
Yeah, because they don't hear the difference.
Yeah, basically they don't feel a difference. But yeah, and I felt the same doing live act on clubs as well. It does a major fucking difference doing live on clubs.
Yeah, but
especially, huh?
Yeah.
when I play, I mean, I've always played live.
You always played live. That's the thing.
My
yeah.
first live gig, techno live act, was in 1999, and in 2016 I started doing like hybrid sets, like what Jochem does as well,
Yeah.
And then my hybrid sets are the closest to what I do, like DJing wise.
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot beat match or stuff like that. When people book me, it's for live sets or hybrid sets. But indeed, especially with a live set, I always ask for a sound check.
Yeah.
Because I want to know what the system does.
Yeah.
I want to know when I do certain stuff how the system reacts. In order to to be able to give a better experience to the people later on.
Yeah.
I find this very, and Cami, I think a great example was when we didn't know each other, but when you saw me play like 9 years ago on that ADE thing, that the sound manager who and who I didn't know, he came running to me with 2 XLR cables, like, whoa, and we had a really good conversation. Is that that's when things turn out really, really well for everyone.
Nice. Yeah, no, definitely. I think that also really helps when you have someone like that really knows what they're doing, and they just want to help,
That's
and
it.
I think I share that with you, Robin, because I play vinyl when I go out, so I need my sound check. And the few times that I didn't have a sound check and I left the last minute on like a kind of like on a blind date, I had a lot of trouble, So I had to learn from my own mistakes, like for many, many years. And I have to be honest, I still see this, these days. Yeah. It still goes wrong. And it sounds ridiculous, but people still don't know how to set up turntables in 2021. So it is what it is, You just have to sound check. If you want to play vinyl, you have to just take that with you, that you're going to have to sound check, and you're going to have to incorporate that to your traveling,
And that's go, Robin, go please.
What I said is that a good sound engineer will understand this.
Yep.
And what I also say is for every sound check, I look up the sound engineer. I explain who I am, what I do, and then I always say like, okay, I'm my maximum level will be minus 1 or 2 dBs that the sound engineer will get from me.
Yeah.
Because he can pump things up on the front of house or whatever way better than I can do with my equipment, And I want the visitor who have often paid a lot of money to see me play, or have waited months to see me play. I want to give them
The best possible
the
thing.
best experience possible.
Yeah, totally.
So,
Yeah.
so that's why I always say I never play in the red. I always keep it -1 or 2 dB, always, no matter what. And on the end mix, and then the local sound engineer can pump it up as loud as they want.
Yeah.
And
totally.
No, I think.
So in the end, it's a collaboration. That's how I see it.
But it is.
The sound engineer
It
is
is.
my colleague in a way. That's how I see it.
That's and actually it's quite good because we have some questions following this, just to do the bridge here. Or try to do the bridge with this. Basically, the thing is, and I felt this a little bit. I haven't played much outside. I only play a few times outside of Portugal. To be honest, my breakthrough year will be last year, so it didn't happen.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
Same here,
But what I talk with friends is that there's not a lot of clubs who do bet on having an FOH engineer there, and that makes all the difference. Like a real one. And houses, clubs who don't bet on this, they do tend to have a much harder time. For example, for you, Kami, I will never, and this is one of the reasons I will never play vinyl, is I'm not comfortable arriving to a place and just believe or trust them blindly that thing is fully set for me not to have hiccups and shit. I'm like, no, fuck this.
Properly calibrated,
That's it.
A turntable needs to be properly calibrated,
That's it.
otherwise it starts drifting,
That's it. That's it.
I had that for ages. I mean, because now I'm the same as Cami. I only play vinyl and have for a while. But before that, I was always buying vinyl. I was always playing vinyl. I was actually practicing with vinyl at home, but I would never play it in a club because I'd be like, oh, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. And then I just kind of thought, no, I'm just going to go and sound check and actually do it properly. And then
that's the issue.
I mean, I think we are also lucky because we are in Berlin, and here it's
True.
they're really good.
Yeah,
they are good.
They're really reliable in that regards here. So.
Yeah. Here in Portugal, Lux will be okay in Lux. Lux will be totally fine, so no issues.
Yeah.
Gar club, you have to go. You have to go do a sound check before.
Yeah.
They normally nail it, but still, and from my experience,
don't take the risk because
don't take the risk.
If you're at a gig and you're playing with a full house,
that's
and
it.
something happens, then it's too late. You're not able to fix it anymore.
And people are not forgiving. That's the issue. Like in the end, we are as sad as this might sound like, we are a product, and they expect the product to be fully delivered, whatever that means.
But it happens. It happens. You have to go. You just have to go through it, and it's a risk. And I like the adrenaline to a certain level.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
I don't know. I cannot explain. There's something that. The adrenaline of it, like, is it gonna work? I think that kind of also drives me somehow.
Look, that's why we love live improvisations over here. Like in this line here, we love this. We love that shit. For me, it's like, what is gonna happen? I don't even fucking care, but something is gonna happen. If it's bad, I'll switch it up.
Yeah, but it's also fun. Like the store thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Partially Studio Rotterdam, partially in Berlin.
Yeah.
We didn't make a plan. There was no plan. But we played for 8 hours and 47 minutes.
Yeah.
And of course, I have spoken about this with Jochem after the jam. And there are really a lot of very, very interesting moments there, and it never got boring.
Yeah,
it never got boring. There was always a continuous great flow in it.
I learned a lot that day. Really, I learned so much, and the first thing that I told myself is, if I ever do that again, I need more gear.
No,
okay.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Oh no, totally, I needed it.
No, you don't.
Because I just needed more stuff to just keep myself more into it, because I just wanted to have more variations,
Yeah, okay. But we were with 9, and if all of us would add only 1 or 2 sounds,
that's it.
then you would already have between 9 and 18 sounds, which is a lot already.
Look,
But I know what you mean.
I know. Yeah.
Not using at the same time, but more
Same
variation. Yeah.
just moving from one thing to another, basically.
Yeah, because the modular system that you had was actually, because it's the same modular system that we.
It's not
both
huge.
use. It's actually pretty small.
Yeah,
I mean, you can do quite a lot with
you
it,
can
to
do
be
a lot,
honest.
yeah.
Oh, you can. You can.
Jam with it. But you,
But look. Honestly, and as I already talked this with Jack, and honestly, soon it has to be soon. Soon I'll. I don't know if you guys want to do it together or if you guys want to do it one at a time and then another time one of you. I invite you to do our remote live jams with me and Robin.
Fun. We're
And-
super for it.
And you will have the complete feeling that less is more. Less is way more. More than anything. Having a lot of stuff.
What was it called? What did you call it? Remote with what?
Our remote jams, our remote live, whatever we do.
I don't know. I've never done that before.
Yeah, no, I
No.
know you are you are a virgin on live jamming. Yeah,
Never done.
I know. Like my partner is not even called Robin. So my partner is called Ramen. Actually, he's called Ramen.
Yeah, okay.
So if you ever see Ramen in Amsterdam, tell him that I like him a lot. But that I really want to hug him one of these days. But the thing is, you guys have to experiment doing that, because Kami, trust me, you will understand quite easily that when you have less, it becomes way more, way more.
sorry, I've got.
Oh, it's totally fine. Look, I bet with you that people who are seeing this are mostly cat lovers. So be like, hey, cats! And normally the cats steal the show all the time. So it's totally fine.
Yeah, always. Yeah.
Don't
He just
worry.
came in trying to bite my.
He wants
Yeah.
attention.
He just
that's
wants
all.
attention,
Sorry.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring him into this. It's totally fine. So following this thing about clubs, sound systems, and all, we have a question from my friend Vasco from Hayes, interrogating in Twitch. He's asking the best clubs out there, sound system wise.
In Berlin.
Anywhere you played, anywhere you experienced, I think the question is, whatever you experienced was the best sound systems clubs that you experienced.
I mean, I get the question. I think it also depends where you are in the club. You know.
Yeah.
If we're right in the middle, but if for example, if I'm right on the corner, then I'm obviously not going to experience the best sound.
No, true.
I need to be in the right position to experience
Yeah.
the best it can give it to me. But I would say Bergheim, for me, if you are right in the middle of the dance floor, yeah, it's right, it's spot on, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
from what I experienced, it was in Madrid, Utopia, and Razmataz in Barcelona.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Haven't been there yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Did it close?
No, Razmataz is still, well, what they say, I don't know, but from my friends in Barcelona, Razmataz is okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Oh, that's
It's okay.
news, yeah.
It's okay because it is a staple on the Barcelona culture.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Because Razmataz it's a fucking insane huge club, Razmataz. The Loft, Lolita, I think it's 5 rooms, and each room has their own thing. And I had the luck to experience that the big sound system as a client, and fucking really set up. I heard Surgeon with Ben Sims there. Insane shit, sounded really well. I had to leave. I had to leave early because I felt really bad, and because I did a lot of mix in terms of alcohol, only alcohol, so I had to run to the hotel. Sorry for my friends who had to come with me, and I played there in Lolita Club just before curfew. 3 days before curfew, I played in Lolita, and it's really those clubs who really have that pleasure of saying to you, look, our sound system is set to the point. You don't need to, if you open your mouth to say, oh, it felt, shut up. It's like, shut up, because they really take care about their sound system. They want to give you the best experience in terms when you are on the dance floor or you are the DJ. So
Yeah.
for me, it was Utopia in Madrid, which is a club, and Razzmatazz. Other than that, Lux. I also said like Lux Club in Lisbon. On the basement, they also take pride in priming the sound correctly.
Okay.
Other than that, I never been to Berlin. True facts. I never been to Berlin. Oh, Fabric in London. The old Fabric in
Fabric
London.
is also good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really
The
good as
system, the
well.
system in
Yeah.
Fabric is good. Yeah.
I remember
I s-
I remember being there and hearing NDC. I wanted to go to Dave Clark, but all my friends were like, "No, techno is shit." So I prefer drum and bass, and I was like, "Fuck you." So okay, let's go to see some Clown Step and shit. So it was good. It was because it was NDC, Ronnie Size, TB.
Oh, good night.
It was a good night for drum and bass, but the sound system on the big room, dude, I was like, "Whoa, where
Yeah,
am I?"
Yeah, no,
The,
it's
the main
really
room,
awesome.
the main room system is good.
Yeah.
The smaller room was a shit. I was like, "Whoa, this is shit."
Yeah, that's not
But
like.
yeah, that's the thing that the rest of Fabric isn't actually.
No, it's
Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
It's shit. It's shit. Sorry, it's shit.
Mhm.
The rest of Ark is shit. The main room,
Okay.
the main room is really good.
No,
Other than that, from myself, I cannot say much more because I haven't been out there so much as I wished.
Let's see. Regarding here, we had a club some time ago, which was called Trouw, which had a pretty good
Ah,
system.
Trouw,
that
yeah.
was really good.
Yeah.
Very
And
good.
there was a good system. We had this school here, which used the old system of the Trouw.
Oh, school. Wait, school is the school, right? For us who don't speak Dutch.
Yeah, but they closed down. The school closed down.
Yeah.
And there is another club here called the Shelter, and
Mm.
that one has a really good
Oh.
system.
Shelter,
Shelter.
You went
And
there. You went there.
I played there as well, and I one of the reasons why I was really confident that the sound would be great is because uh, a friend of mine, she is Irish, and she's for me the best sound engineer around in Amsterdam.
Nice.
And she developed the sound system for the Shelter together with Tony Andrews, which is the founder of Function One.
Yeah, the
And
function
and,
one. Yeah.
and he flew over to Amsterdam to help her design the sound system for Shelter. And that was really, really, really good. Yeah, really nice to play there as well. Like, you just go there and you plug it in, and as long as you don't go into the red,
Yeah.
it will sound absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Dude, red is the forbidden color, man. And actually, for me, it's very easy because the football club I hate the most is red shirt. So for me, it's like easy. Red is always shit. So never go red.
I'm not into football at all, so I wouldn't even know.
No, I'm also not
But,
much
yeah.
into football, but it's like that rivalry between cities, like Porto and Lisbon. So basically, I'm from Porto, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. It's Benfica club, so it's like, yeah,
Okay.
fuck red color. So never going to the Reds.
I think you're a bit of a football hooligan. That's what I think.
No, well,
that you will shout in the streets when Porto has won or lost or whatever. And,
well, the thing
and
is.
light things on fire and stuff like that.
Well,
yeah.
no, but I think I will be a disgrace for my father and my grandparent and sorry, and my grandfather. They already passed away, but my grandfather was the vice president of FC Porto
Okay.
in the 70s and the 80s, and my father used to be a handball player for Porto and also a major football fan, and I'm like this like. Yeah.
And what do you play? What do you play?
I played basketball in Porto for a few years,
Okay.
but I'm like, fuck football. I prefer Formula One or synths
So
or video games.
you are Porto's own Michael Jordan.
No, yeah, I won't be here for sure. I won't be here, but
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
but honestly, I don't fucking care about football nowadays. I just don't. So, but it's that
Yeah, okay.
it's that rivalry, like between like I don't know Amsterdam, Rotterdam. I don't know if there's a rivalry between those.
Ajax Feyenoord. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Bullshit.
here it's Porto,
Yeah.
Lisbon, like São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, or London and Manchester, or wherever. Like yeah, fuck off, you piece of shit, and typical stuff that happens now, north and south, typical stuff. So yeah, for me it's very easy. Red, It's not a color. It's something
Okay.
to be forbidden. Good, good. So we have a question from our friend Nunu Ville from Ville, who's been here two times. Yeah, you've been here 2 times with me. So Ville is asking for all of us. Question for all of you guys: what gear you've been using the most, and gear you want to get in the future? I'll let you guys start.
Okay.
Hang on.
That's a good
Who goes
question.
first?
Probably for me, the gear I use the most is probably the SH101.
Really?
For me, one of my
I use it for everything. I don't have a 909, so
Yeah, we sorry, Robin. We
yeah,
are
there we go.
that one.
we aren't that old to have a 909, man.
Well, we have
Hang on, hang on.
we have a 909 clone.
Let me respond to Gustavo in a really nice way. What's that supposed to mean?
That when I was riding the bicycle and playing video games, you could buy a 909, and I didn't, and I couldn't, or better, I could if I knew what was 909 back then.
Yeah.
So I missed that. I missed that, and I'm not rich to buy a 4,000 euros machine to do.
You
that.
shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Not I'm gonna
No,
do it. Not I'm gonna do it.
Because
I was actually looking the other day. I don't know why I was looking at them the other day, and then there's someone on Reverb selling a Jeff Mills signed 909.
Oh, there's plenty
I
of
think-
them.
I think it was for $7,000 now. I think, including postage.
Well, yeah.
I have a proposition.
What?
I can print out a portrait photo of Jeff Mills.
Yeah.
I can glue it on the 909 and then I can sell it for $7,000.
I think that would do the trick.
No, but to be honest, a 909 is great. I was able to buy it before they went crazy. You know, that's why I have it.
That was my
But-
joke, man. That was my joke to
But
be. Yeah.
but the thing that I'm using most here now, and that are most versatile for me in the music that I do now, is I use my analog rhythm
Yeah,
and
there.
my digitone.
Yeah.
And the thing why is okay. The 909 is great. It does 9 or 10 sounds, and it does them great. But it's only that.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
analog rhythm is a drum synthesizer, so you can really synthesize your own drums.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Catered for techno from scratch, and I think nowadays that is a lot more interesting than a 909.
Way more.
And then I think, like, you know, if you get a good 909 sample set and you load that into the analog rhythm or in some other thing, you know, then I think you're already sorted,
More or less.
I mean-
I'm
more or less. Yeah.
I have to agree to disagree, because every time I jam with you, and especially when I jammed with you,
I know what you mean. You mean the decay of the hi-hats.
dude, yeah, fuck off. When you
yeah,
bring
yeah,
that,
yeah.
in, like, I want those fucking hi-hats. I want that thing.
Yeah, okay, but that is then one of the things where the 909 stands out. You know, because the hi-hat is like a 12-bit sample, I
Yeah.
think, 8
Yeah.
or 12-bit,
12-bit sample.
and
yeah.
then that goes through an envelope.
Yep.
So the decay from the hi-hat is an envelope.
Yeah.
And you cannot get that like that in the analog rhythm.
Not at all.
Stuff like that.
Well, you can more or less if you play with the start and end of the sample. You can a little bit.
Yeah, but
it's not the same. It's not the same at all.
It
Okay.
cuts off the sample in a very strange.
Strange way, yeah. Look,
in a
every
very
time
strange way,
every
you
time
know,
I,
yeah.
I play with you, and I have when I have my friend Ferreira playing here with me, we're like, oh shit, here comes the 909 sounds that I want, and he wants to, like, fuck, I want this fucking sounds, sounds which is the hi-hats only. It's only the hi-hats. The rest,
Okay.
the rest is pretty much
Yeah, but
doable.
For example, the kick. The kick is nice, but you really have to process the kick in order to
Always.
get like a
Always.
good techno kick. You know,
It really cuts. It really cuts through for me.
Exactly.
The 909. There's this like
yeah, okay, yeah, that is true.
time it triggers, of course. Like it's never the same, you know. So
Yeah.
it's just like, there's something about
Well,
it that's really amazing, you know.
Well, in your case, you heard it at the Hank party. And I don't know if you remember this, but at the Hank party, I had the 909 with me. I had the 303 for the acid sounds. I had my Moog with me and some other stuff. And there, because the sound guy had the things really well together there. Is I always open with a little bit of beatless, and then I make sort of a climax, and then I throw in the kick, and then I try to achieve like the first hands in the air movement, because then you already have the people, and then you can take them on a journey. And with the 909 on a well dialed in sound system there in that club, then indeed it goes through everything, and that's exactly what happened there.
It's crazy.
So
it's like sharp, like
always cuts. It's that fucking mid high level frequency thing that always cuts. That's the thing.
So we bought a clone, basically.
Oh, the Nava?
Okay.
The Nava?
The Nava 909.
I hate.
Okay.
Sorry to say, I hate that shit. Sorry to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I actually,
But does it work for you? Are you happy with it?
I actually think I'm happy with every single bit of it, except the kick. Except the kick.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. I hate that shit because the kick is not a 909 kick. That thing, it's sharp on the hats, on the rides, on everything. It's super sharp. I don't feel a difference.
Really?
Although every 909 is different, that's the thing. But the kicks is like, what is happening here on this kick? Like, did you guys bail on this?
The hi-hats and the right. The thing is with the Nava is that I find that maybe this isn't the same with a proper 909, but that I need to process it. Like you said, the hi-hats can be a little bit sharp. You might need to dip a little bit on certain frequencies in the high end on the Nava, whereas I don't think you might have to do as much on a 909. But apart from that, I mean, the swing and the groove on it is awesome.
Yeah.
It actually plays like a 909. It's
okay.
It's pretty.
I heard it in a club once, which was with Headphone Pano, and that's how I actually saw it for the first time.
Yeah.
And he said to me that I could actually build myself, and I said, okay, no, I'm not going to try to do that because I might get something wrong, and I don't want to give it that chance, of bad luck. So I actually ended up
when you put up the kick volume for that thing and that you hear the hi-hat or something like that.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
But
I know what
in
you
the
mean.
club, it sounded amazing. I mean, okay, we were at Chris Muller, which has a really good sound system, and also it was really fun. It was sounding really sharp, and I said, okay, this is cool. I really,
I have a friend of mine here in Porto that is into techno and into machines, but he's not doing anything out there or anything. And he bought 2 kits and he built 2 Navas, basically. One to sell, one to keep. With the one he sell, he bought the first one and more modular stuff. But the thing that I hated about that machine was the fact that I think there's a mod for the hi-hats to become more in tune what they're supposed to be, but the kick is awful, honestly, for me.
No, I never used the kick.
We never used the kick.
But you guys have an Elysia character.
True.
Right? and that goes from mild coloring to you can distort it as well.
Yeah, like
would that help over that kick? Have you tried it?
No, but I've tried several times, and even when you just record it and then just process it, it just never cuts through. It actually has quite a lot of low end. You can get you can almost make it sound like a kind of a nice 808.
808 kick. That's the fucking shit I hated. Yeah.
But for 909.
Okay.
We have a Jomox, which I actually think for kicks sometimes
it's
it's
Jomox. The what you had the M base 9 or 9 or 11. 9. No, 11 is the percussion one, I think. Yeah, the 9 is very easy. Yeah. You just need to do a small cut on the mids and boost a little bit the high end. Fucking amazing kicks.
It's really awesome. I use it with literally all my kicks. So
yeah. Well, not forget the question about from Vil. So wait. So Jack is using the SH101. Cami, what are you using the most, and also what you want to get on the future, so that we answer to Vil.
I think I will have to say that it's Elements, because I use Elements in all.
I have one here as well. Yeah,
Literally,
I love it.
like
I love
honestly,
it.
I just can't get sick of it because it just gets so many good things out of it. It's a bitch to EQ it. I have to be honest.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
And it's painful, you know, it's harsh, and sometimes it's annoying because it's like so many good sounds and I just can't get to work them. Like, you know, when I try to make them sit, it's
I know.
really, really tough.
I know.
You know?
I sold
But
mine.
you know, it's sweat and tears, I would say. Like I normally say that, oh my god, I have to mix down with Elements. I have to like literally prepare myself.
Like a separate day for it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like giving birth, you know what I mean?
Lately, I'm getting like out of my Elements, I'm getting like really high pitched percussion out of it.
Oh, but
You
that's
know?
cool. I like that stuff though.
Like as a background layer, like it works great.
It's awesome.
And that's, I mean, what I'm using here right now is the analog rhythm, the digitone, the Elements for those kind of things, and sorry Gustavo, the 909 for the hi-hats, you know, and you know, for me that's like my quartet now, my workhorse quartet, which works fine for me now. Yeah,
It was perfectly, man. You can do anything you want with that. Kami, by the way, I have a hate-love with Elements. I ended up selling my Elements, and I got a plonk. I got a plonk from IntelliGel, which I'm 10 times more happier using that thing than Elements. Not as easy to tweak because it has a little bit of menu diving because of the of the model shit, like more stiffness, less stiffness, more noise, more mallet, blah blah blah, all that typical model shit. But the sounds end up being much more usable every time than the Elements.
I'll check it.
But the thing is, if you're not into a little bit, it is not too much, it's a little bit of menu diving, okay? Forget it. If you don't mind to spend 15 minutes beforehand tweaking a sound, save it as a preset for you, because you can save presets on the plonk. You can save your sounds on the plonk, which is fucking amazing. And then you can reuse them. Trust me, the plonk is way better to work afterwards than the Elements.
Okay, I'll check it.
I love the Elements. I use the Elements a lot. I had a clone one because I don't want a fucking huge thing on my rack because I want other things. But the Elements sound super cool. But I had the same issue as you, which is I cannot make this fit on a fucking track because I can EQ it, compress it, whatever, do 20 things, and then I'm like, I lost the character of this. I lost the perception of this sound, and it's like, now I don't want this sound anymore. So in the end, I ended up selling it because I was not happy. I was happy with the instrument itself. I was not happy with the results because they give me a lot of trouble to make them gel.
It's really it's not for the beginner, I would say. It's a weird one because it was my first module, you know. So I was just thrown into it straight away. Yeah. Like I got Elements, and I heard about Elements because a friend, she had a few modules, from the company, I forgot the name.
From Mutual.
Yeah, from Bridget. Yeah. Yeah. So she had clouds, and she was like, "Oh, you Elements," and then she showed me. I was like, "Oh my god, I really love this. I really want to get that." And that was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So I've been working with Elements for 4 years now. I kind of like, I know my way around it. You know, I'm very used to it as well, which is good. But I will definitely check it. Yeah, it sounds good. I don't really mind a little bit of menu diving, but I am more of a hands-on.
Oh, me too. Look, I am the same. My studio, I was going to say something very stupid. But I do have a small studio, with some gear, and I did end up selling almost all shit I have that was menu diving. I don't want menu diving at all. Although I don't mind having menu diving on some modules because it's not menu diving. It's just basically like 2 buttons, switch, go. That's okay.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
totally
yeah.
fine.
That's-
That's
Yeah.
totally normal, you know? That's
Normal.
totally normal.
Now, having like a Blofeld or having like an Iridium or having like a ER, that's not for me. Fuck off.
But the Electron things have menu diving though. But I think with the Electron it's different because with Electron you basically
It's different, man.
you sound design. You know, you create a sound palette that you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
At least that's how I do it.
It's like
And
I
then
do it.
for sound pool and all, I can just quickly load up stuff that I made myself that I find comfortable to use.
Yeah.
So they become like, you know, my sound, my preset weapons, whatever, you know, for in a live situation, wherever that I can quickly recall and throw in here and there. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, Vil. For me, right now, it is the Buchla easel that I'm fucking obsessed with that thing. Still don't fucking master it. Not even close to it. But it is like the quintessential shit that you should have if you do techno, honestly. And not being a snob here, not trying to be a snob or whatever.
But to being honest, we get it. I totally believe you. I totally believe you.
I took years
Get
to
that controller though. Sell the Octatrack and get that controller. I think that would be really be like, you know, the next step.
I will look. I will sell the Octatrack, which is
I'm
look,
not saying you should sell it and get the controller, but sell it to get the controller.
No, I will. I will because it needs. But for me, it will be that one because it's my last and recent thing that I got here. It was like a dream synth to have, like top 3. That was number 1. So I'm really having loads of fun into doing techno, but also doing ambient and drone stuff out of it. So I've been rocking that shit, and I'm trying, which is a normal thing, trying to make it fit my sound the way that I want it. So basically that's it. And to answer the other now I'll start to answer the question, the second part from Nunuville, things that I want to get in the future. Honestly, I might have to steal a bank, or I might have to go to prostitution or sell a kidney, some stuff like that.
I will give my OnlyFans account here later on for people to donate.
Okay, yeah, that's it. I want to expand. Okay, black market. You are right. It's a banana CV converter. That's true. That's a thing that I need to buy. But I will love to expand the Buchla side of things. But I am not a rich person at all, so it has to wait. So for me, my future thing will be that. If not that, I want to buy something that you guys have, which is a fucking Elysia, and rock that thing out.
That's also very high on my list. That would be the same, like, you know, the Elysia character. Auto Boom I like as well.
Yeah.
I got a boom.
Yeah.
So yay!
And the new version of the Orgon Energizer, which the designer from Orgon Systems is going to re-release. I'm also really looking forward to that. So yeah.
Well, you know something, I am at that point where I don't want more machines somehow. I don't. Sorry, I don't want more sound sources. I want more processing.
I'm like that.
Yeah.
I want more processing power. And the thing is,
I've been like that for a while now.
500 series, it's a cool thing to go, but I don't want one more Buchla, one more Eurorack shit, because that's worse than heroin. Heroin, it's better than this shit, honestly. So I don't want that. But 19-inch rack, I will be totally fine to get because. You don't get that fucking thing like, oh, I need to buy my new 500 series, whatever. No, I don't know.
Yeah, that you have a rack with an empty slot, and that empty slot is constantly going like, I'm empty, fill me up. Yeah.
Look, that's the thing. In Eurorack, I need to live with like 1-2 holes on it because I want to change things. So I'm okay with having holes on Eurorack, and I need them.
But 500 series is different.
No,
it's a different purpose.
It's a different purpose. If I see like, oh, I have a hole here, what am I gonna buy? So this costs 2,000 euros. Oh, cool. So maybe I should go sell a kidney on the black market. I don't know, but that's the thing. So for me, in the future, either I expand on the
But
Buchla.
it's also because you have you told me yesterday is you have a big 19-inch rack there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, and for example, in my case, I don't have a 19-inch rack here. So if I would buy an Alicia character, I have looked very well into it, what the difference is between the power supplies.
Oh, nice.
this is
Practically
ridiculous.
nothing.
This is
There's
ridiculous.
practically no difference at all.
This is
So
ridiculous.
then, yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
you've got some
that looks really empty, Gustavo. It looks really empty.
You've definitely got space for the Elysian.
Yeah, you definitely need to put stuff there because it's not a nice sight to see.
Well, you know the thing. I bought that thing, and Robin knows this. I bought that thing thinking about I'm gonna get an SSL Fusion.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
And I'm gonna buy this thing to be bigger. So yeah, let's do it. And then I arrived to the end of December and said to myself, and Robin was that, you know, the angel.
We discussed a lot about
Yeah,
the
the angel-
fusion, about the character, about the boom, and all that kind of stuff. We have a lot of good discussion.
And then
Yeah.
Robin was like that good friend you have, and said, "Dude, do you really want to buy an SSL?
Be
Fusion?
sensible, you know.
Do you really want it?" I said, "I do." But are you gonna do anything with it, with that? That really the money is for that? I said, "No, it is fucking lush. It's fucking lush." He said, "So fuck that." I said, "Yeah, you're right. So let me buy more modules," and I did it. And in the end, I was happy with the modules that I bought. But
And you bought the Bugla.
and I bought the Buchla
You know?
a few 3 months later, which of course fucked the SSL Fusion because there's nothing like that thing. So Vil, for you that will be my thing. If you want to give me money, Vil, I'll accept it gladly. I will then send you samples of the Buchla sample with all the shit. So that will be thing. So you guys, what do you look onto the future to get, if possible?
I've actually been looking at that SSL Fusion for a while, but but I was kind of in the same. I go through different like kind of phases with it, and I'm like, do I really need it? I have an Elysia, like we have a desk which actually has some nice EQ on it, and yeah. So but you say the auto boom and the delay that they do, the auto
BIM.
The BIM is a great characterful delay as well.
I full of character.
I really like the look of that thing.
Yeah.
Look, trying now passing what Robin passed it to me, I'm gonna pass it to you. So basically, are you gonna do any mastering or mixing jobs for an SSL Fusion?
Yeah, well, no, but
okay, this is the important part.
I don't want the fusion. I want something else. For me, it's different.
No, I think I had my time with the Fusion. There was a few months when I was looking at it like, but it's got a drive and it's got an EQ, and I was kind of
look,
like SSL EQs.
No. Look, in the end, that's the thing. If you were gonna do money, mastering or mixing stuff for someone else, I will say, get the Fusion because it does help you and gets that instant uplifting shit with the transformers and the air stuff. Sure, music-wise, specifically for us doing techno, which is fucking dirty and noisy and shit.
Yeah.
You don't really need it.
You don't really need that shit.
Well, regarding an alternative for the Fusion, I mean, you already have an Elysia character. What about another a good EQ?
Yeah,
like
that's what I want.
Like an X filter or something else, you know, like a good EQ that you can use for. Well, it also depends what you want to use the EQ for. Is it more surgical stuff, which I usually only do with software, surgical stuff?
Same here.
So then it becomes like a more, I wouldn't say necessarily character EQ, but I for example like the X filter from Elysia. I find it very interesting. But there are also, if you want to go way more expensive, there are a lot of EQs that are really interesting to use, you know.
Yeah.
Mine is API. Is the API 5500.
Why?
You know what it is?
Why?
API
Why?
API is nice, but it's
I can't help it. You know,
Why?
I use API desk at university, and I got
Caralho,
introduced to all this stuff.
no.
And I wish I had never used it, be it realistically. Because once you use that stuff, you're like, okay, this is it, you know? This is it. This is what I want. I knew straight away this was the one for me because I like the way it works. I like the sound of it.
I
It
know.
sounds amazing.
Yeah, and
So
it's
my
instant rewarding. That's the thing. API it's instant rewarding, whereas as Neve and
Yeah, but-
SSL is more tweak it, and you get it.
Yeah,
I
true.
understand that, but come on, you have
yeah, it's gonna happen. Like no one's taking that off my head. Like it's been going on for
Oh
like
no, it is the same as me with the Bucla. I took like 6 years or 7 years to get it. So, but I get that. But yeah, for sure.
no, but it's amazing. So,
I support you. Look, I support
Yeah.
you more than Jack. Jack was thinking in SSL Fusion. Fuck that. Sorry, but yeah, I'll
I was always. I was
I
also
mean, you
looking
guys
at
can
the,
come and play with it. You know, if you come to Berlin. So
you can run your kicks through it. It
Yeah.
would be nice.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I was also looking at the compressor that Elysia do.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, the compressor. Yeah.
That thing looks really cool.
You know something? But this is personal taste. I don't want or I don't feel I need to invest in compressors because I am not a big compressor user actually.
Me neither.
So I get quite happy with doing compression on the computer, and there's this brand called Kush Audio Sli-Fi. It's UBK basically the main company, and they have these two plugins called Silica and Novatron, which honestly I never fucking heard anything like that on the computer, and it sounds fucking amazing.
No, Novatron. That sounds like a Star Wars character.
Or Transformers character basically.
Yeah.
Kush Audio.
Kush audio, Kush like
Kush, yeah.
like Kush. You smoke like smoke Kush
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever. The same thing. And actually, it's kind of the thing. Like it's Kush because dope and shit. But those two, Novatron and Silica, it's fucking insane. And for my needs, it works well. But to be fair, I never looked upon the only two kind of compressors I looked upon was the Overstayer. Overstayer, it's
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's more than a compressor, eh?
that's it.
It's a
a-
coloring unit.
Hey,
It has an EQ
that's-
in it as well.
that's
and all
it.
that kind of stuff.
And Culture Vulture, which is the same shit. It is a compressor, but it's
Yeah.
also distortion. And Silica,
Yeah.
Silica and Novatron are basically that. They are a distortion or saturator and a compressor. So I do prefer to look upon that because I think spending money on compressors, honestly, I don't know. If you use a lot of compression on your sound, makes all the sense. It totally makes all the sense. But for example, for me and for Robin, because I know how Robin does music as well, it will be spending money just because spending, for example.
It will, in my case, it will be spending money. If I would run things through a compressor, it would basically mainly be to running them through the circuits
Yeah.
to get
Coloring.
a coloring
A color,
nuance.
that's it.
And for that,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
prefer to buy the dedicated coloring unit. You
Yeah.
know?
So you know, Jack. One thing that I did 2 years ago, I bought the Auto Boom, and I was because I thought like this. So what do I have on the market that colors my sound? It is not that expensive, but also has a kind of a compression, and can compress my sound if I ever do a live act. Not those final happy, those small boxes are RNC and FMR. I don't know, those very small boxes.
Yeah. I know.
Whatever
I
that
know.
shit is, which I never liked those ones. And I thought, okay, let me buy this and test it out. And in the end, if you the compression that I need, which is for live act or live PA, that does what I need because it just gets the levels on its place. But I don't need to do much. I just need to dial in, and it has the golden ratios of compression. But what I liked about it was the coloring, and that's what I went onto, the coloring. And looking at the majority of the compressors out there on the market, the majority of them they just compress, most of them. They're not much about coloring. You have coloring
Yeah.
on compressors. If you go to Overstayer, Culture Vulture, that one, that blau one, Jamie uses as well. I forgot the
He
name.
uses some stuff of Burl, and
It's
he
Burl. Yeah,
uses
it's Burl. Burl. Yeah.
a Maslek EQ, which is
Yeah.
also nice.
Yeah.
But Maslek is in the price range of things like bus audio, what I really like, bus audio,
Yeah.
and
Send me money. Send me money. I'll buy it.
or Manly and stuff like that, which is like a
Yeah,
lot of
dude.
money. Yeah.
Well, if I need to find a Russian oligarch or some stuff like that to support me, I'll be happy in the end. So yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, those are nice things to get. And Kaimi, I hope you get your API. I really hope you get it.
It's gonna happen. I don't know when, but it's gonna happen at some point.
Let's find. Well, wait. You have a lock. You have a lock. So a lock.
Oh,
Yeah.
Your brother, cousin, whatever. No, but yeah.
Alok, look, I'm improving my sound, so I need you to support me, and I need an API. Actually, I need an API, a really big API lunchbox.
Do API? Yeah, they make 19-inch stuff, huh? API.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
the 19 unit. Like
Yeah,
actually,
the
want
rack.
Because
proper, like, stuff.
I hear that API sounds like a bit.
Harsh.
I wouldn't say harsher, but
But
different
it is.
than Neve and all. Huh?
It's harsher. For me,
It's harsher. Okay.
For me, for me, for my ears at least, and everyone has their own pair of ears, of course.
Yeah.
For me, it sounds harsher than Neve and SSL.
No, totally. It's
I
way
prefer-
more like coloring. Yeah.
I prefer Neve. That's my taste. I prefer Neve, but API nonetheless. It's like for techno. It's of course
Yeah.
harshness. Let's go. Boom.
Okay, because there's another brand, I forgot the name now, not API, but there's another brand which is also really, really good in these.
Pultec? Pultec?
No, not Pultec. Well, I'll probably come up with it later. But yeah,
Manly.
Manly, no.
Manly is tube, huh? And
Manly is tube, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you do get that specific tube sound in a way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is also nice, but it's
Yeah, for me, I don't know. In my experience, every trance producer that I met, they all have
Yeah.
Manlys. It's like, oh, Manly, I love my Manly, man. It's what makes my trance music. So,
okay.
oh, cool, dude.
Okay.
Whatever, whatever,
Wow.
man. Like if you think the tubes make trance, good for you, man. Happy that you have a Manly. But yeah. Honestly, I think in the end it is basically what can you do with that thing that pleases you and makes you have fun with that.
Yeah.
And that's the
Yeah,
thing.
of course. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. So Nuno, I hope you got your answers, and I hope you start to buy more gear, Vil, because you need to leave that computer somewhere else. Good. Another question from Bombiali, from Mario. Question for all: what venues do you miss the most, and where you still didn't play and want to? Man, any venue, any venue.
Any venue. Yeah.
Look, I'm not
Bring it on. Yeah.
I'm not a whore, but any venue, okay? Anything, I'm here, okay? I'm here.
I think being around people, like,
Yeah, me
like
too.
like literally, like that is the big thing, at the moment. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know, but for me the thing about music, and when I got into doing music, and most of all, and this might sound a little bit like corny or whatever, but what I enjoyed about it was being able to meet more nerds and geeks and people like me, and be able to say, hey, do you like that? Yeah, I like that shit in the game, blah, 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 blah. That was the thing to me, to make it popular. So any club who's open to do something okay and respectful, I don't mind. Even if the conditions are not the best in the world, but they are nice people, respectful, and they give you praise and they respect you, I'm up to that.
Yeah.
So Bombiali,
Yeah. Same here.
dude.
I would say the same.
As well, same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need Coachella to be happy, dude. So yeah.
I will play just after that Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial that they had. They had this festival in the United States where you had some DJ that
yeah.
played in a
Colonel-
Kentucky Fried Chicken thing.
Colonel Sanders, dude. Colonel Sanders, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I would even play after that guy. I don't mind, you know, as
Yeah.
long as as I have a thing with people to make them dance. I
Yeah.
found it, Kami. I meant AMS Neve. I know Rupert Neve.
Okay.
You know,
AMS.
you have Rupert Neve. You know the company from the US when he moved to the US.
Yeah.
But I know that Jochem. I had a discussion with Jochem and Colin Benders about. Colin also liked API, but Jochem was interested in AMS Neve
Yeah.
because that is more like the really old style
The old
Neve.
school. It's the old school Neve. Yeah. AMS is the old school Neve. Yeah.
But then I'm curious if AMS Neve is a lot more friendly or woolly or whatever compared to API.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we should try for a comparison online if there is any. Or
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it might
you are in Berlin. I'm pretty much sure that you can find someone with an Eve and someone with an SSL and an API and all those things.
Yeah,
for sure.
or maybe they have them at Jazz Music or something, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
You guys are super lucky about that. I envy that. I'm gonna say it. I envy that. I really envy that.
Yeah.
I cannot even try a fucking module anytime. Well, nowadays you cannot try modules because Schneider is closed. But for
There's no music
Oh
store.
yeah,
in
we
Malta.
can't go anywhere at the moment, to be honest.
Yeah.
So.
No,
Yeah.
but if everything is open, there's nothing in Porto that sells Eurorack or
Nothing.
nothing.
I thought, are you not able to visit Schneidersladen on an appointment or something?
no,
It actually says on their website they're not.
yeah,
they're-
Alex decided to close the shop fully, and they're just working on a
Mail order.
a supply chain way of things, basically. But
Okay.
but no, here in Porto you don't look. You have like two shops, and no shop sells. Well, there's one shop who sells zero rack because I kind of pressured them, and and my friend Ingmar from Liquid Sky Berlin, which is now is only Liquid Sky because there's no more Liquid Sky Berlin. He is also and now and me nowadays as well. We are quite friendly with Erica Synths, and we asked this store in Porto if they didn't want to start to support a little bit more of modular. So they get Erica Synths modules, and they also get Dreadbox, because Dreadbox
Cool.
they are distributed by an Iberian distributor. So and they are cheap. They're 99 euros. So that's okay. But like having a shop, like having like I don't know, like whatever, like having like a Blades or having a Localic Iteritas there, like that's gonna happen. So basically, the thing is, oh, this sounds cool on YouTube. Hey, I got it. Hey, this sound shit's in my house. Hey, sell it again.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Totally. So my rack took like years to get on the point where I'm like, yeah, I like what I have. But and the thing is, most of the people on Eurorack, they don't have the chance to experiment before buying. That's the thing. If you really think about it, it's just only a couple of cities who have shops into that. It's London, Amsterdam, Berlin, Vienna with Soundria.
Yeah.
Not even in Madrid. You have one shop in Madrid, but now they just like a small office. So there's not much to try upon. So yeah, you guys are lucky on that part. I envy that. I envy that. I like yeah. I could test my things before buying, but well, it's.
Bristol, actually, where I'm from, there's actually some good.
Elevate
There's one
sounds
with good
really
radio.
good.
Yeah, true. Elevate. Elevate is from
They're
Bristol.
really
That's
nice
true.
there, yeah.
It's
That's
really
where I bought
nice.
Elements, actually, yeah.
Yeah, Elevate is from Bristol. I always have this in my mind that Elevate is from Manchester. I don't know why, but I always think Elevate is from Manchester. I don't know why, man. Like But yeah,
It's that, yeah, it's pretty cool.
UK has quite a lot of UK, England and Scotland. They do have a lot of quite a lot of modular shops in there. Actually,
Yeah, they do.
they do.
Yeah.
They do. Cool.
Yeah.
Question time now, just for Cami, just for her. From Kyle. Fuck, I'm gonna murder this nickname for sure, but I'm really sorry for this. Kyla Xiaomi 3030.
Wow.
Well, it is not worse than banana jamma jana jana man that I once had to say. So, for Camila, how was your experience at DB's music, tuition wise?
You mean like as a student?
I think so because tuition wise
Yeah,
should be like a
yeah,
student,
yeah.
right? I think so. I think so.
It was great. I mean, like I think I'm really really fortunate that I was actually there. And when I was there, like there were great tutors, which I think they're all still teaching there.
Hmm.
And I was actually really really lucky because when I joined DBS, I was in the first year of the new build. They had a new building, so
Okay.
we were the only ones, like, because there's like, every year there's like this like group of how many students come into the building, so every year there's more and more. So obviously when there's like more and more, there's more people sharing the spaces, so it's busier.
Yeah.
But because we were the first, we were super lucky because the studios were always available for us. There was
Yeah.
no people fighting for it. So I also had like this, like, amazing opportunity to be there literally every day
Yeah.
at from like 10 in the morning to 10 in the evening. I actually got locked once at DBS by accident. They forgot me there because I was inside the studio, and because I'm always there, they just forgot about me.
You
Like,
were
and
part of the furniture
yeah,
in a
but
way.
basically, like
Yeah.
I was inside the studio, and it was like 15 past 10, and basically one of the like the techs, like they come around to check, and he just literally forgot, and he just locked everything and left. And when I
Wow.
opened
Okay.
the door, I was like, whoa, the lights were off. And as soon as I opened like the main exit door for the stairs, all the alarms of the whole university went on. And I was just like, my God, like, I've never heard anything like this. I thought I was gonna be deaf like after that because my ears were ringing like for an hour.
Yeah.
Like
It's
it was a
annoying. Yeah.
thing I've ever went through. But yeah, the police had to come by, and it was a big thing. It was kind of funny after, like, what I mean. But it was
Yeah.
I had a great time. I loved it, and I'm still in touch with them. Like I really appreciate DBS, and yeah, I had an
Yeah.
amazing
Cool.
time. So I would
Cool. Cool.
totally
Cool.
recommend. Well, I was in the Bristol campus. I am not sure about Berlin because I actually have not been there, but I know Chris Jarman, which is Kamikaze Space Program.
Kamikaze
He's
space
a
program. Yeah.
there, and he's awesome. I had a few lessons with him also when I was in Bristol, so I would totally recommend. Yeah,
I miss
I had a great time.
I miss his music. I miss
Yeah,
like come on, release something, dude, because it's been like 2 years now.
yeah,
Actually, it's been 2 years now because he did
yeah,
last release was in 2019.
yeah. It's been a while. It's been a
In a
while.
while,
Like,
yeah. No, but now I have a question for you, Cami, because question or just debating this. When I had to decide to go to university studies, basically, I first thing I had in my head was to go to IT engineering,
okay,
because well all my life it is around computers and shit since I was a kid. But then I said no. What I really love is music, so I'm gonna go study. There's a course here in Portugal called Portugal called Sound and Image, which is well, it is about image, which is TV, cinema, whatever, digital arts and sound, and I went there for sound, and I already had some experience in sound. I already knew what I was doing, and the only thing that I really got hold of in terms of sound was I was able to experiment and use cool gear that I couldn't buy at that time.
yeah,
Other than that, the thing that I've learned there was about how to be successful in terms of business wise, how to have a business.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
When I say business, it's not business techno or no. It's like how me can I go and try to find some fundings to do a project? How can I appeal to people? How can I organize myself? That was the
Yeah.
only two things that I got hold of. And my question to you is, when you went to study at DBs, and because when you went there, you already were into music somehow. You already been a DJ and all that stuff. So, and the question that I do, because I like to ask these people who also did a little bit the same journey that I had. Did you really learn a lot of cool stuff in terms of music-wise, or you just were able to also experiment with cool gear and also get something good for your career in terms of like business mindset and all, or it really does make a difference in terms of what you learn, what you use. How was that for you?
For me, it was, I think that the best thing that I got out of it was just like learning mixing and just
Okay.
having this, like, like interaction with tutors that were like engineers at Abbey Road. So I went to Abbey Road and I did recording, I went
Yeah.
to Real World. So I had these opportunities that I would never have if I had never joined.
Yeah.
So I was right. Okay, like let's say this is like not really going just electronic music. Like I was just like, recording bands, let's go, let's learn stuff,
Yeah.
Which for me was an amazing experience.
Okay.
Was being there in the studio, being taught things that I wouldn't have been taught if I wasn't there. Things
Yeah.
that you're not gonna be finding online like very easily,
Of course.
like
Things that you have to live them to learn them. Yeah, that's
sharing knowledge between people in a common space in a room,
that's why that's why I also I like to collaborate with people.
Yeah, me too.
Outside of the electronic music industry as well.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been. I released an album like 9 years ago, where I collaborated with members from a funk band from the Netherlands,
Okay. Awesome.
and with someone from a funk band from the US. And they were just like songs, and yeah, that was a great experience. How to record voices, how to treat them, stuff like that. And the same goes for another collaboration what I did with the National Classical Orchestra here in the Netherlands. The Royal Classical Orchestra. And yeah, it's great.
That's
You
fucking
learn
insane, yeah.
so much about music and sound.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's so like
And which is
wow.
also useful for electronic music.
It's super useful, man.
Yeah.
It opens your mind to other stuff. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But Kami, the and I don't want to say this as in a bad manner, but the thing is, I do believe, and I think this is a little bit what you experience. I do believe that the courses or that the schools that enable you to experience and have contact with knowledge people who have experience on the business, people from other different areas, rock, indie, pop, whatever. I think that's the really value of it. The simple courses are like, oh, Ableton is like this and like that, and you can do it. I think that's zero. I think that's zero totally. And for me, the cool thing is that at least in my opinion, is that I think that's something that you have to develop yourself, music-wise. You have to really want to do it. But the coolest thing is, and I have even like SAA and stuff. I think they only have value if they enable you to be with people who can pass you experiences. Like, look, I had this experience once. I do this, I do that, and I feel like this. And I think those are the things that really matter in the end. And I see a lot of people, and I don't mean this in, like I said, in a bad manner, but I see a lot of people going into courses into normal schools, and I feel it's wasting money. Because they don't get they don't get a chance to have a touch or a contact with people who can really open your mind to say like, look, I've worked with this band and these guys are fucking douches, but still I made this and this way, and I had this thing, and you can do this and that, blah blah blah. Just a normal conversation like we are having right now, and that's the real value compared to just look, Ableton Live, you can click there 2 times and you do this. Like,
Oh yeah, no, totally, yeah, totally.
Yeah. So yeah, I have this. I'm not gonna say it's a dream, but I have this idea, which I will love somehow at some point in my life, maybe when I'm older, and not even not senile, but almost senile, just to make having a something that will enable younger generations or younger people to be able to connect with older people with experience. Because I really think that's the way for people to evolve music-wise.
Oh yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah,
To get-
I completely agree with you.
to get touched somehow. It's like, look, this is nothing about techniques. This is about what you feel. This is about experiences. I think that's the thing. I don't know, but yeah, but and honestly, I don't recommend anybody to go into those courses unless they know they can have a real experience with other people outside of the thing. So yeah, like I'm just gonna read this here, like from we've been rated. Arkanoid,
Okay.
thanks for the raid, man. I appreciate that. But we there's a friend of mine and from the Discord server in here, Liz, which is her nickname is Songololo Music, and she's saying basically the same thing we are saying, like basically that what really also gelled with her, because she studied at Berkeley. She studied at Berkeley in the US. And basically she's saying like, yeah, the master classes with the people that are in the business, that's what's really opened her mind as well to
Yeah.
to do
I
things.
see. She said with George
George
Massenburg.
Massenburg,
And
yeah.
I've for the mastering of that album where I collaborated with people from a funk band, we used a lot of George Massenburg stuff, like a compressor and an EQ to help master it.
Oh, nice.
It's great equipment, Massenburg. Yeah, I
Yeah.
really like it.
Yeah, but Massenburg is like if API
Yeah, it's top notch. Yeah.
if
yeah.
API is expensive, Massenburg it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I need to sell my life to get at least for me, I need to sell my life to get Massenburg, but that's the thing. So
Yeah.
guys, another now because this is a little bit my background and Robin as well. So when can we, like, do you guys normally jam together, both of you? Like, do you guys do jams together? Like, nah, come on. And
Not
it is.
really, to be honest.
No,
It's
there's
a
a-
funny one. I mean,
We have done.
that's how we actually got, like,
That's how
to
we
meet
kind of
each other.
met,
Yeah, because
yeah.
we start going to the studio together. Because
Mm.
I met him through a friend that his flatmate was in my class at university.
Okay.
So that's we were just like, okay, we're really into music. Let's start making music. And now that we're actually together, we're kind of like, okay, let's make it. We need to make a record together one day. We're like, yeah, we will. Like,
Yeah,
but
one day.
it's just like it doesn't happen. It will happen. It's really funny. It will happen.
We have gone. We do go to
Go
the
to the studio together, and
yeah.
like we
Yeah.
feedback each other's all the time.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Actually,
That's awesome.
That's actually really, really, really great. Really, really great.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
really
cool.
grateful that I have him just to tell me, like, keep going. Because at one point I'm like, this is shit. I don't like this anymore. And you everybody goes through that.
Oh,
He's
of
like,
course.
no, just keep going. Because if I don't have that there in my brain, I would just be like, sometimes you just lose and you're like, okay, I'm gonna ditch it. And it's
Yeah.
just like when he's there, he's like, no, just keep going with it. It's like that kind of voice, like inside of you. Okay, I have to keep going, and like it's really
Yeah.
helpful. Really helpful.
No, but look,
Cool.
but that's amazing. Like, you guys can push each other in what you have to do. That's the thing. Of course, as a couple, I imagine that is normal. Like, yeah, but that's super cool somehow. But the thing is, it is for me somewhat funny, but yeah, because I don't have that experience for sure. But I will imagine that you guys will try to jam together, like just see where things go. Because I don't know, like. But
It's weird. Before we were a couple, we used to go together to the studio. That's
Yeah,
the
I
funny
know.
thing, and now
Now we don't bother.
So basically, you guys arrived and like, yo, you go your way, I go my way. So just,
Yeah.
just
I
just
think
fuck off.
we're just too busy with what we are doing at the
Well,
moment.
we do
Yeah.
have a plan. Maybe we would have done it this year if it wasn't for COVID.
If it wasn't
But we-
for the situation,
we
you
had
know.
a
Yeah.
plan
Okay.
to
Yeah.
make a record together
Yeah.
and put it on our label. We had an idea to do it, but it hasn't happened.
Yeah, it will. I know it will.
But it will happen.
Look,
Yeah.
I am gonna be the douchebag, and I'm gonna make both of you have to jam with me and Robin, and that's it, and fuck that.
We'll do
Yeah,
that.
we'll
Yeah.
definitely
We'll
do
do
that,
that.
yeah.
Maybe that
We're
could
super-
spark like.
No, that's it, because that's the thing. Because this is the funny part. Although each one of you are an individual, because that's the thing, of course. In the end, because we'll be like for jamming, you'll have to cooperate. And since you guys are both together in the same place, you'll have to talk with each other. Hey, I'm gonna do this. No, but I'm gonna do that. But wait, come on, and that will happen. Me and Robin, we never talk when we are jamming. We just basically go.
The only way I communicate with Gustavo is that sometimes if I hear something which I don't agree with, I just raise my middle finger or something, and then he understands.
Very straightforward.
Which basically means less cowbell or something like that.
Yeah, basically.
No,
But
yeah.
I pulled the cowbell on the live stream.
Yeah,
That's
and
that,
it hurts. It still hurts.
It hurts. But honestly, I am really curious, and yeah, I will be happy to make both of you have to talk and say, hey, don't do that. Hey, do that. Do this.
No, but it's if you listen
It's basically listen. It's basically
carefully
listening.
to each other, then you don't really have to talk.
No, that's
Yeah.
it.
It's not like that. It's going to end up in some elderly couple arguing back and forth like
You're gonna sleep on a-
it's not going to happen. I'm sure it's not going to happen.
Like
you know?
When the webcam goes off, you know.
Yeah.
no. After
When
the
the
jam,
webcam goes like this, like
yeah.
like that.
No.
After
After the jam, they'll be like, you remember that fucking kick that you did? You're gonna sleep on the couch. Fuck that fucking kick.
Yeah.
Go on the couch, like fucking kick, man. I told you this kick sucks, and then you go sleep on the
Yeah.
couch. No, of course not. But,
no,
but
I think it. No.
look,
Because when you were in Mike's studio, with the three of you, it went great as well there.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to say one thing though, like I really like how you guys were connected all together in that table, and I did miss that for me because we were all separated. I felt that if we were together in the same, obviously it was not possible, but if it would have been possible, it would have been a better jam personally for me, because I would have bounced off way more, and I think it would have kept my, like my drive like more up, because I was kind of like I'm in my own little zone at times, and I don't really know what's
Yeah.
going on.
that makes
Yeah,
sense.
okay.
That makes sense. But honestly, Kami, honestly, look, I'm gonna break this for the people who think, like every Friday, I always jam with one of my best friends here at my home. And
Yeah.
I can let you know that every time we speak or you are speaking, it's talking about anything about music. We are talking about the most random shit while we are doing music. So we don't even talk about what the fuck we are doing. We're like just talking about random shit, about stuff like people like what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, I'm talking about the fact that I wanted to buy something new for my computer, and he didn't think it's okay, and he's like, yeah, dude, like that's fucking shitty.
Well, I can read lips, and last time I saw you talking, you were asking him like, how was that chicken?
No, because Ferreira
I know.
doesn't eat meat, and he's on the chat saying
Okay.
true. He's on the chat saying, like, at least he's here supporting me, and he's saying true. We don't speak about music at all. The only
I
thing,
know, I
the only thing that I do is like I'm jamming with him, and I'm like this. I'm hearing his stuff, he's hearing my stuff, and I hear something that is on cue, and I'm like, he's like. And we go. This is what happens. We don't even speak about fucking what's happening. We just say like, yeah, go. Other than that, it's like, hey, fucking good sound from Robin or from other guy or whatever. Hey, fucking amazing sound or whatever. Like that's the thing. But actually, I'm quite curious because I'm not being like a douchebag, but I would really love to see what you guys as a couple, because you guys know each other very well, will be able to do, and I think it would be a cool.
Great.
That's it.
I think it would be great.
great.
Seriously. I'm yes,
Same.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think we should definitely. do it.
We'll definitely work very well together, because I'm so aware of what he does,
And vice versa. That's it.
But
That's
we
it.
also know how each other work
Yeah.
in the studio.
Yeah.
No, and look, and I think I understood right. You guys share the same equipment somehow, right?
Yeah. It's two studios basically.
Okay, cool. Yeah, cool.
So it needs to happen, and I'll make this happen. Normally, Well, I'll talk to you guys. Saturday, Friday, it's the best day to happen. So we will arrange that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And
Let's do it, yeah.
and that's the thing. Look, that's what I always say, and this is what Robin always says. There's nothing to prepare. There's nothing to prepare.
I'll take it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Plan.
listen.
Plan is there is no plan.
There is no plan.
And it just
That's the
and,
best. Totally, yeah.
and the thing with our 9-hour jam is sometimes because I was all the time listening, sometimes I wanted to throw in some stuff, and I saw everyone else around me in Rotterdam bang 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 banging it out, and then all of you guys in Berlin also banging it out because I was able to watch the screen. And then I had my little fader or my fader fox to throw something in, and I thought, no, I'm not going to throw anything in. I'm just gonna listen for like 15 minutes how things develop, because things were already like
Hectic.
super great as they were.
Yeah, and hectic, of course.
And
as
then
well.
if I would throw in something more, then it would only become less powerful or interesting or whatever. It would be too much. And then after 15 minutes,
Less
then
is
I
more.
thought,
Less
this
is
fits,
more.
bam, throw it in and go in. Yeah.
Less is more. I look. If I learned anything in 16 years doing music, less is more. Always,
Yeah, no.
Yeah, 100%.
always less is more.
Yeah, and that's why after I think 3 or 4 hours, we started rotating a little bit in Rotterdam. Like that
Yeah,
some
you
of
did-
us
you did,
would sit on the couch for a while and have a chat with each other and not jamming. And then some of us would go back, and then someone else would go away, and then and take a break or something or whatever.
The part.
Yeah,
And
after
then
5 hours, I was like, okay, I need to leave now for a little because
Yeah,
Of course you do.
because it's
Of
long, but
course.
it also it's 9 people. It's 9 people. It's a lot.
Exactly.
Look,
So I was like, okay, I need to zone out now. I need
Yeah.
like just like silence for a little bit, and then I can come back and I can do it again.
of course.
Because we started like with, I think our levels were loud, and then at one point like, okay, we need to turn it down, because
Typical.
Yeah, but it
was
worked.
like 5 hours after, I was
It turned
like,
out great. It turned out great
No,
when you tone it
like,
down. Yeah.
white noise, constant white noise when I arrived home for 5 hours during my sleep. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
No, but like that's the thing. After you guys did that, and this is not follow up, but before that I planned to do, like, I did my birthday like 2 weeks ago, and I planned to do like a big fucking jam. So I've played for 13 hours, and the best part of that whole stream was when
I left.
almost no.
Okay.
It was the part where I could remove my phones and just talk and just calm down. And the best part that I enjoyed the most was when I was eating pizza and just like talking shit and rest. Because every time I I had a rest, I immediately wanted to come back with different ideas and with a completely different mindset. And if you do that, if you don't have the chance to rest a little bit your ears, I agree with Robin. In those 13 hours, on the last jam, it was me, Robin, my friend Ferreira here, and Standard, and my other friend David.
yeah.
We were 5 people jamming basically. I had like easily 20 minutes where I was just like doing nothing. Just you guys just go.
Yeah.
Because if I added anything else, I would ruin what was happening
Yeah.
there. And most of all, the exercise, at least for me, and I know for Robin too, the exercise is listen. Just listen. It is as easy as listening. And people get afraid or nervous, like, what am I gonna do? I don't know what to do. Like, dude, you do music on your studio, and the way you do it is by jamming stuff, by experimenting stuff. It is the same shit, but now you're doing it for a camera. And you have
Yeah.
okay, but it also has to be in tune with that somehow. But it is the same shit, and you can do that on the cue, and when it's fine, you just pull it up. That's easy as that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for me. So
Yeah, true.
we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys. I think a Friday will be the best way. A Friday.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, just let us know
I'll have to let you guys know beforehand. So that's
how and what.
no for you, Robin. I just have to tell you on the spot, and you'll join in. For Camille and Jack, I have to announce them so that
No,
they
I
can go
think
to the
I
studio to
think
do it.
I of course need to be very careful with my very busy touring schedule.
Yes, you're gonna play
I know what it is.
you're gonna play in Tulum next week. I know. I know.
Oh,
I know
yeah,
you are in Zimbabwe.
the plague rave capital.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you bought some Prada sandals to go play in Tulum.
Yeah,
Don't lie, dude. Don't lie.
and
Anyways,
the Hawaii shirt, so I won't be recognized.
of
Because
course.
people think like, oh, that guy would never wear a Hawaii shirt.
That's it. And
There you
no,
go.
that's not Robin. That's Jerry. That's Jerry from Kentucky. That's not
But
Robin.
yeah, let's indeed discuss and make it happen. Yeah, it
Yeah.
should be
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Absolutely.
I'll warn you guys with a week in time. Normally, I prefer to do this like 2 days before, so people are really unprepared. I prefer to do that. It's not being nasty, but it's like, yeah, dude, it is not prepared at all. So just fuck off
No,
and
no,
go.
that's the best way
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah, I talk with you, Jack. So and yeah, I'll make it happen. I'll make it happen. Anyways, we have here a really nice question from Craig Da with 2 A's. So and I think this will be more a little. I don't know. I think it is for all somehow. So he's asking, do you have any other suggestions to getting involved in studios and with other producers, as an alternative to signing up for those college courses? This is a good question, actually.
Yeah. I
How
wanted to say reach out, but it's not always easy to
not
reach
easy.
out. You know.
That's yeah, because as you know, Robin, and not trying to be mean, a lot of people are super tight on opening up for other people. They're very,
Yeah.
they're like
Yeah, they are.
they're like horses and have pails on their eyes, and they don't fucking care. But this is a good question, actually.
Yeah. No, totally.
Look, I will say if you know if where you live and on your local scene, even if it's not techno or whatever you have there, try to ask for a visit to for the places, and maybe if you get a visit a studio, because I don't know the times that I experienced this, sometimes you can on some studios you can ask for a visit to then afterwards book like a reservation for recording a band or some stuff like that. Here it works a little bit like that. You can do like a booking. You visit the studio, you see what gear they have, you see what they offer, and you can discuss with the studio people of your ideas, and then you book like a real session to record your band or whatever. If that's a possibility for you, Craig, maybe try to do that. It is not. It is a little bit cheating the system because you won't be asking them to book like a recording session, but maybe you can get a hold of people somehow, or meet the people that are having studios on your local scene. If you don't live on a place where there are studios, try to find something near which you can ride by car or by train. I don't know.
I mean, there's always a way, you know. If there's a will, there's a way, and
Yeah.
you end up connecting to the right people, you know. Like you know, when I was in Bristol, I was there for like 5 years. Mostly of my time, I haven't really met anyone that was really into techno when I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everyone that was at university with me was like they were into dub, you know, they were into reggae, they were into other sorts sounds.
Drum and bass, UK, drum and bass. Yeah, mate. Come on, mate.
Exactly. Like it was just kind of a really a minority, you know, and you always end up finding someone that you can like connect. Like we found each other, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
There's people out.
yeah, they're when there is a will, there is a way, and you just really have to focus on that, you know.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, I also think I don't know, but maybe I don't know, but I think this also has a little bit to do the way you also the way you are. For example, I am. This might sound stupid. I am quite antisocial, but I am quite social. If this make any sense, I get easily bored if I'm not having a discussion about anything that I like. I'm just saying there like, yeah, cool. But with internet nowadays, and especially with COVID nowadays, I think it became much easier to ask and to talk because people are more open to that virtual relationship somehow.
Yeah.
They have more time.
Yeah, that is true.
Time, you know.
And I have this thing. I have this thing which I live upon this, which is the answer no. So hearing a no, it's always guaranteed to listen no, not possible, impossible, whatever. The negative part is always implied.
Yeah.
So you don't lose anything to ask someone near your village, near your town, or someone from that like, hey, look, I am this dude. I like this. I do that. Would you be able to meet with me or meet on your place or whatever for 1 hour, 2 hours, just to discuss some things that I would love to discuss, and see if he says yes, awesome, you won it.
Yeah.
If he says no, it was already implied that he will say no. So don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to go forward. Because a no, in the end, a no is just a no. It doesn't mean any shit. It's like no. Like, fuck that, man. Negative things, it's always the same shit everywhere. So try to connect with people near you or somehow you can, like, you feel that you can really visit them or some stuff like that. Other than that, I really don't know. I just go forward, man. Just
Yeah, I would say, well, just don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah,
That's
that to
it.
ask, because as long as you don't ask, the no part is a sure thing. And
Yeah.
if
Sure
you
thing, yeah.
once you start asking, and it's and also your intentions, whatever, then you will probably get a yes, which is fine. And if then you still get a no, then it's maybe not meant to be with that particular person or whatever. But
Yeah,
then still go further, because somewhere someone is interested. That's how I see it.
Look,
Yeah.
And it's not only
Yeah.
with this, but also with
everything.
with the label and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm in the process of starting my own record label, and I'm just figuring things out now in a good way because I want to do things proper.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are going to people going to say no to me, but it's fine. Then I'll work things out further.
Look, I think all of us four here have one thing that maybe can help Craig somehow, which is not related to this directly, but giving an example of mine. I've heard no from the same label like 5 times, and after 5 times of hearing no from a label, of course I did had a little bit of a down mood or like why, because I hear that label is it's releasing shit that doesn't make any sense, and I know I'm doing better shit than those guys. But the thing is, I just kept my mindset as like, okay, no, it's just a no. It doesn't mean that I'm shit. It doesn't mean that dude is just not gelling with me or is not tend to happen.
Yeah.
And after some time, Craig, that same label came to me asking me, hey, I want your music. And I said, now? Okay,
Yeah.
cool, why not? So in the end, I think, like Bombi Ali was saying, no will be a straight answer. Like, that no is guaranteed. That it is what it is. So just try to do that, man, because I also don't think it is wise to spend money just to buy people's time to try to get a hold of them, because basically you are paying people to try to talk to you. It is not. It doesn't feel natural, man. At least for me, in my mindset, the other person also really wants to talk with you, or also is or better is also open to talk with you. It has no prejudice or anything to no, it has to happen naturally. And if you get a no, dude, just say, ah, fuck off. No, it's no. Let me try another one. And if one says yes, just enjoy that time and try to connect.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
there's no magic formula for this.
No, there isn't.
No.
There isn't.
And yeah, and yeah, as haunting it can sound, or as discouraging as it might sound, dude, don't feel discouraged, because as we said, no, it's always guaranteed, man.
Yeah, no,
so-
it's part of the process, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look, very easy. Cami, for how long have you been doing this? 20 something years? More?
Yeah, I don't even know anymore. Like,
So
so around
Yeah.
a little bit more. Yeah.
around this, Jack, for how long have you been doing this?
It's going to be 6, 7 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
you are the younger of us in those terms. I've been doing this for 16 years. Robin is doing it for 100 years already. Robin's like 220 years already.
Gustavo's grandfather took him to my shows already. So.
Exactly. So you see, so Craig.
No, that's not true.
No, of
You
course
know,
not true. No, Robbie is not a vampire. So even this, Craig. See how many years we've been doing this. See, and only now we have a little bit of a little tiny bit of spotlight somehow. You see, like we have a chance to be heard. So these things take time, man, and it is a big journey. It is a big journey ahead of you.
But that's also the nice thing is we never stop learning, and I mean, you know, that's what you know what I discussed with Jochem after, for example, the big store jam of 9 hours is from that night. I mean, we have also learned again from that night.
Totally.
And I mean, what I said earlier, I had my first live gig in 1999. Well, I think Jochem had his first live gig in 1989. You know. So
Mayday,
and he's
right?
also still learning, and I'm also still learning, and we are all still learning, and that's
it.
That's part of the great process that we're in, you know.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. but
And so then it doesn't matter
That's
how
it.
long, you know, or if you're a big name or a small name or whatever. It doesn't
That's
matter, you know. In the end, it's like if you have a connection with people,
Yeah, I think
Then you can do great things.
at least for me, I don't know
Yeah.
if it's the same for you guys. At least for me, the journey will end the day that I'm not able to learn anything. The day,
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
the day that I feel I cannot learn from anybody, or I feel I'm a fucking I don't know. The day that I don't really feel that I'm learning anything, or I don't connect with anybody, I think that will be the end of it for me. Until then, more than having success, or more than whatever that shit is success, for me, what I really enjoy about it is the fact that every day or every week or every month or every year, I can look back and say, damn, man, I was there and now I am here and I feel much better because I learned so much last year compared to this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think for me, the rewarding part of the journey is meeting people that I can get along with,
Yeah.
learning tons of it, and having fun about that.
Yeah. Definitely.
of course, yeah.
I think that I think that's it, and at least for me, and I guess Jack a little bit as well. If I have to work to make this keep going on, I'll do it anyway, as long as I can do this freely, or I can do this with joy and fun. So there's always a balance like this. Like, it is not because you work, it is not because you have to do something else to support this. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't have fun or connect with people. No, it is what it is, man. I think
Fun is you know, that's the basic thing, I think, for people to
pleasure. I want to call it
excel
pleasure.
in what they are doing. I
yeah,
mean, yeah.
pleasure.
I'm still having loads of fun in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I know, for example, Jochem has loads of fun in what he's doing, and I think all of us here still have loads of fun. And I think we have seen people in this industry who might have, okay, had a little bit of success here or there due to a certain trend, and they want to keep that success, so they are clinging on a certain thing that they had success on, and then they lost the fun in the process.
They lose the
Yeah, no,
passion,
totally.
That they have a certain lifestyle that they want to keep having, and they lost the fun in the process. And then if you want it or not, but you see that from people if
Oh,
they
yeah.
are
Yeah.
having fun or not, So
Yeah.
that's why having fun and keeping yourself, stay curious and make sure that you keep getting impulses, so that you do stay curious and open to new things. I think that's very important. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Craig, honestly, man, just go forward. Like, forget any shit that you might think.
Did we take like 30 minutes to answer this guy's question?
No,
with
not.
with a hour talking and
No, I don't think it was that much, but actually it is
Okay.
something. But that's an issue that I encounter every day. I don't know if you guys do as well, but maybe because I'm more connected with the Discord server and all. I find there is a big lack of talking about what is the real issues of pursuing this. It's like it looks cool on the outside, looks like it's amazing, but there's real struggles going forward with this. It's not always a happy thing, and I think there's this thing that people think that we all are all very healthy and wealthy by doing music, which is not the case. Honestly, we most of us just do this because of a true passion, and we basically just pay the bills and the rent and go forward somehow, and that's basically it. Don't think that because we do this, we have a public profile that we are getting like fucking paid like like other DJs out there or whatever.
Oh, but I am broadcasting this from my villa on the Ibiza. No.
Yeah. No, I know you're on Ibiza on a private villa.
But yeah, yeah. But bottom line is the important thing is to make sure that you have fun doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's basically it.
And regarding reaching out, just reach out to people.
Yeah.
Well, like that's a really funny one, because for me, like, I've been teaching for a while,
Yeah.
and there was a point. I think it was either like 2010 and 11. Then I stopped to having fun of doing that, and I said to myself, I need a break. I need to step out. And I stepped out for many years, and I went into education because I felt that was
Yeah.
the right thing for me, and I knew
Of course.
that I had to stop at the moment, because it was at that moment I wasn't finding it fun,
Yeah, but then that has been the right decision for you.
I did
Yeah,
the
no,
same,
totally.
Cami. I did the same.
And I think if you are making music or you stop for a while, I think people stay being a musician anyway. So then when the time is right, they will come back.
Yeah, no,
And
no.
but I see this with more people, who take a break from.
I did it. I did it for a full year, and that year saved me for not quitting music at all.
Yeah.
Because I was sick of using computers. Sorry, this is a very expensive bottle that I was offered, so I want every kind of
Go
drop.
for it.
Drop.
Can you like this? Like this?
Yeah. So this is
Yeah.
this was
And
a.
dilute it and just like shake
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
what I'm doing. So basically, this was an offering from a good friend, Cedric, which is a friend of mine and Robin. So I'm trying to milk it out, everything. So basically, I did the same, and it was a hiatus time, 1 year off, that saved me off not quitting on this, because I was sick of doing music on a computer. I've been doing music for a computer the whole life. I had this this thing of, I really want machines. I want to have machines. I always been drawn out to physical stuff and technology, and I said I really want it, but I didn't have the money to do it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, lucky or unlucky, and people who know me know this, I had to sell my old house, which was my mom and my old house, and I got quite some cash, and I said, yeah, it's just cash. Fuck this shit. I'm just gonna buy what I want, and I don't care
It's a
about
tool, It's
like
a tool.
people. Oh, you should save the cash for your. dude, fuck off. Let me be happy. Let me do what I want to do and follow my dreams. And if it goes well, it goes. If it doesn't go well, fuck it.
Exactly. You have to
Yeah.
take that opportunity and do it, you know?
Like-
Don't be afraid of making a mistake.
No.
It's better to do something, you know, it's better to do something and you say, I did it and
That-
this is it.
not
That was my
regretting
decision,
it.
not doing,
Yeah.
you
Not
know?
regretting it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I look. I always say the same. I prefer to die having made the mistake and fucking up so badly and say,
Yeah.
I did it. I tried
Yeah.
it. I did it. I fucked up, and
Exactly.
and then say, oh, now I'm 95. I haven't done this. I feel like shit. I'm gonna die a shitty fucking vegetable. That's
Yeah.
that's the thing. At least for me, at least I think that way. And for the people saying that I'm fucking
Yeah, but true.
a drunk man, no, I'm not a drunk dude drinking stuff. Like fuck off, Bobby Ali. So that's it. No, but in the end, I think it's all about pleasure, pleasure and having fun. So yeah, I have to say some bye bye,
but
ciao,
that's
hello.
true.
Beijinhos, beijinhos, ciao. Sorry, I had a friend here with my wife, so I'm just saying goodbye. Sorry. In the end, it's just basically having fun, and no matter where it goes, dude, be happy about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
totally.
yeah.
That's the only way. If you're not having fun, just
If you're
like
having fun, then do it.
just step it down and just do something else, and that's the best thing to do. And I find that a lot of people they just don't know
When
that
to
they need to do that. They don't, and that's when they lose the passion, and it becomes like another
struggle.
job.
Yeah,
Get what I
that's
mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
totally. That's it.
Yeah, true.
True, but by the way, Cami, if I can ask, if it's not personal at all, why why did you stop back then? What was your mentality or what was your thoughts about it?
The music wasn't really doing it for me at the time. You know,
Okay.
like techno had a massive dip, minimal came around.
It was a
and I was
shit. It was a fucking
Yeah.
big shit.
it was a really weird moment because I was like, you know, my DJ career was like going up, but then suddenly it just crossed minimal, like in like the first kind of like 5 years of my career, and I was like, okay, this is not great now, you know. And
Yeah.
at the same time, I was back in Brazil, which is also like not great, you know.
Yeah, not
Mhm.
well, not
The techno
yeah,
scene is even smaller, which makes it harder.
yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and of course I didn't have money to buy like equipment, you know. I also had this thing with, okay, I have this background of being a final DJ, so I think I was always driven towards using hardware because I have this, you know, that kind of like the touch, you know, has always been my thing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, touchy,
Mm.
touchy.
Ableton course, I went to Soundforge course when I was like super young, and I was like, okay, this is all cool, but it's, you know, there's something missing, and I didn't know. It took me years to realize, okay, this is what I need, you know. I knew, but I had to learn. I had to go through the whole process, you
Yeah,
know.
of course.
I had to realize it, and I had to have the money, you know. But
Yeah.
anyway, with the music that made me step down, I just wasn't very interested in what was going on at that time, you know. It was just not very passionate for me, you know. I
Yeah.
had to just like, okay, maybe I just need to like just chill, you know, for now until I think it's the right time, like to just come back, you know, when I think the music is right for me.
Yeah,
you know?
you know, I do relate somehow with you, but the thing is, our age difference, it is not that big, I know, but it is a little, it is that exact one that when you were having gigs and playing out, I still was a teenager and I was not allowed to do some things. So when that minimal time came, it was when I was already going out further on, and I was already DJing a little bit before techno, and I was like, yeah, I do enjoy minimal. I don't mind enjoying minimal somehow. So for me, that was kind of a little bit of, yeah, I can go. I can go through because
Of course.
I was sick of fucking samba loops in techno. Sorry, nothing against samba, but I was sick of that samba tribal thing. I was like, no, this is where are the UK dudes? Like, where is the UK dudes doing that fucking techno that I love? and yeah, you just had to do two things. Either you quit it, or you just go on a hiatus, or just you adapted to the new things, which ended up killing a lot of people, like Marco Carolla. Marco Carolla died because of that. And now he's. I'm not gonna go further onto this, but
Can skip that
Yeah,
one.
but yeah, okay, we all know the story. But but I know fucking shit. But I understand that what you did. But for example, for me, when I still was like my 18, 17, 18 years old, I thought, well, I don't have much more to go further on, and I don't mind this music. I actually quite enjoy it because it is a much more minimalistic approach of the techno that I've grown up listened to, and I went to that, and I started producing on minimal. My first releases were minimal techno somehow, not with my same name nowadays. But
Seriously?
seriously,
Okay.
seriously, and they were quite successful somehow. But
So Ricardo Villalobos played your
not.
minimal.
I don't know. I never went to searching that, but I don't. I appreciate Villalobos as a person, but I just don't can't get 19 minutes of congas playing for 19 minutes. Sorry, Villalobos. But I love your studio. I love your studio. I want your studio, Villalobos. But nonetheless, I understand what you did because I knew people like you who were playing for many years techno, and they just had to. They didn't find a place for them, and they didn't felt it. They didn't felt the thing. They said, no, this is not for me, and they went
Yeah.
studying, having businesses, trying new things, and when time was good again, 2016, 17, they returned basically.
That's basically it.
basically
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah, that's basically my story.
Basically your story. I imagine. Look, I am the kid here, but I've lived it quite soon somehow, and I do relate with that. I went to minimal because I had that urge of I want to do something. I really want to experience this. I don't want
Yeah,
to.
but it's also how the trend, the the direction the music scene went. Like that people all of a sudden went more minimal, and what you see now is that now things are getting faster again. You have this rave trend now that are a lot of people
Fuck rave trend, man.
playing IBM combined with rave, and yeah.
Okay, the rave trend can go fuck herself. Honestly, I don't mind saying this publicly, so fuck that.
So
I will say it for you guys. Fuck that thing. But anyhow, I think it's always a cycle, and
yeah, but it is a
Music
cycle.
is
Yeah.
always going in cycles all the time, and there's
It's-
always repeating cycles as well.
yeah, it's a. I think that's it. I think it's always a repeating cycle somehow.
Yeah, true.
I do believe that, and
And I think it's important to, despite what the trend is, to stick to what you believe in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And then also that also is the most genuine.
yeah.
And then you also don't have the problem of every 3 years to need to completely reinvent yourself to jump on the
Yeah.
current trend.
I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
so many artists change so many times. It's actually upsetting. Like for me, like I'm just kind of like,
Yeah,
God.
but then also that's also then I think that those people are not really having fun anymore in what they do because they need to be like a chameleon all the time.
Look,
Yeah,
And
there's
I prefer to stick with what I believe
no.
in.
I prefer to be a nobody here, having fun with my shit, than trying to be Swedish House Mafia or wherever. I prefer to be a nobody, and if I have to be a nobody, I'll get a job, even if it's on the supermarket. I don't fucking care, just to pay the bills. But you say something really funny. I don't know if you guys heard, and I didn't knew about this at all. Maybe you do, Kami, because you buy vinyl and stuff like that. But my friend Norbak was telling me, because I've been with him this week, and he said, have you listened to Drum Code Limited? And I was like, Drum Code Limited? What is that shit? He said, so basically Adam Beyer is releasing new stuff, which is more more drum code that we know, not drum code that it is nowadays.
Like the old Grim Code,
Like
the Code Red series and
like
all stuff
yeah,
like that.
like tasty beats and shit like that. And I was like, really? And he showed me on YouTube, and I was like, what the fuck? So wait, but this is new? Yeah, dude, this just came out like a few months ago. I was like, no, that's possible. And then he told me that basically Adam Beyer somewhere on the internet said that he really has the urge to come back to do music like Tasty Beats and Cold Red. And I was like, no, dude, that dude cannot come back because I don't believe he still know how to do that shit, man. And we had
It's a weird one, like with him, you know. Like I don't really get it. Like he was like always someone that I really looked up to as a DJ because he was
all of
amazing.
us, all of us, I think somehow.
And I had
Like,
that conversation with him many years ago. He went to tour in Brazil when the minimal like exploded, and I
Yeah.
was touring with him with every gig. And
Yeah.
I had that conversation with him, and I asked him. I said, "So this is your new sound, or what?" He said, "I just like it." He said to me, "I am really into it." What can
Yeah.
I say?
Yeah.
You can't say anything once
I
he
couldn't
says
say
that.
anything that. He's like,
Well,
I
if that's really true, then fine. I mean, and I looked up to him because he was taller than me, but that's another story. But
I was kind of like, okay, if he's really into it, and he said,
Yeah.
I'm fed up with the other stuff, and I was kind of like, and after all, he's an artist. He if this is the way he wants to evolve,
if someone is genuinely into something, even although I might not agree with what he's into, then
Yeah,
still
exactly,
it's
yeah.
fine. It's because
but
if it's genuine.
that's interesting somehow.
I don't like it, but when he said that to me, I was kind of like, well,
I cannot say
Well, he's
anything.
entitled to
yeah.
to like what he likes.
I don't think I have a say when someone said this is what I'm
No,
into.
what I say like the only thing you could say is like, Adam, you're a fucking cunt, so stop doing this shit. No, you're not gonna say that to him. Well, you could.
No, but
it will be
if someone
public
is
service,
genuine
but that's
into
the thing.
something that I'm not necessarily liking, it's still fine that he's someone genuine into something. For example, a friend of mine from Detroit, he was good friends with people like Derek May and all, but also Loco Dice, for example.
Look, yeah.
And when that same friend of mine, when he lived in Amsterdam for a while, always when Loco Dice was playing, we were hanging out with him and all. And it's not my style, what Loco Dice does, but he is genuinely into that thing.
Yeah.
And even though it's not my style, it's still fine, if someone is so passionately into something,
Oh, look, I might be a gatekeeper, and I'm sorry for being a gatekeeper, but I don't understand how someone like Adam Beyer goes from what he did to what he does. I don't. Look, I grew up in Portugal. Portugal has a lot of history in techno and house music. Tons of house music, tons of it. And I love house music, the old one, the new one sucks, sorry. But honestly, I don't understand as an artist or as a mindset, how can you go from that sound, which was drum code, to to that to that shit. I don't get
Yeah.
it. I have I have a big trouble in my head to understand. Look, never in my life, and I'm saying this totally safe of what I'm saying. I could never go try to do some type of music that is on a trend just because I need cash. I couldn't do it. I don't feel it. I'm not gonna do it because I don't know. In the end, for me, as much shitty the music can come out that I'm doing or whatever that is, I'm having fun. It's okay for me. It's totally fine for me. I'm having fun. But the thing is, I have a very big trouble understanding how can you go from that to the music he plays nowadays. Like some people joke and say, "Oh, it was Ida that made that happen." Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
I don't know.
I don't believe it was his wife who made him do
Maybe
that.
maybe
but-
he I mean, they did a lot of back-to-back sets. There was a time that if you wanted to see Adam Beyer, you always saw them play together. And of course, then you do a little bit of a compromise toward each other or something. I don't know.
Look, but I'm gonna be honest. The reason why I kept it minimal was because I always was a Plastic Man fan. I heard Plastic Man playing live here in Portugal, and I was like, whoa, who is this fucking bald dude? Like, is a fucking geek playing this kind of music? How is this guy? Whoa, amazing. When the times where Richie had shaved hair and glasses, it was like, okay, dude, you don't fit on this scene, but that's totally fine. And that's what made me keep, okay, so Plastic Man is Plastic Man. Nonetheless, he's still Richie hot, and I'm gonna see where does this go. And that kept me going on for some time, and I enjoyed that because there was no techno at all, and I wanted something to listen to. The only techno you had was really bad, actually. It was Shren's music at that time. Not naming names, but it was Shren's at that time. But people like him, I never expected that they really changed like 180 degrees. Like come on, like it's insane in my head somehow. It's insane in my head. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm just ranting off about those things. I'm just saying shit, basically.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, I do share some of what you think, you know.
I will do the
It's
same as you did.
difficult for me to think like that because that's not the way that I feel it, you know. I feel it completely different.
Yeah.
But yeah, when someone tells you this is how I feel and I enjoy it, then it's like, well, I mean,
Yeah,
He's-
like what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
it seems like it's being genuine. So yeah, I mean, what else, you know? Like,
Yeah.
just, as long as you're happy, that's what matters, you know.
You're not
Yeah.
you're not gonna be the douchebag to say, look, I preferred you when you did techno, and nowadays you do shit. So yeah, I don't like you anymore. You can, yeah. As much as you wanted to say that, yeah, you're not gonna say that, of course, because we're all polite people and educated people. But it feels like that, like saying like, dude, come on, no, don't go that route. I don't know, but it's funny. Anyhow, so we've been 3 hours on this, which is a lot of time, actually.
3.5 almost. Yeah.
Three and a half?
Yeah.
Wait, like
Yeah.
this? Okay, yeah, almost 3.5. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the typical thing. So if you have last questions, make them now, and I'll give you the delay time of the stream, which is like 30 seconds. And do the last questions for anybody here, basically. You can ask anything respectful. Don't ask shit stuff, of course. We'll just middle finger you if you do stupid questions. But other than that, if you have any questions, shoot them up. But yeah, I hope this thing passes really fast and that we can all meet and all
Yeah.
jam
Yeah.
together and all do crazy shit.
That would be awesome. I know.
Yeah, because
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Maybe towards the end of the year it starts looking a bit
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
nah,
I hope that for ADE here in Amsterdam that things are able to go through.
True.
But
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see.
Look.
I'm also hoping on festivals in August, but I don't know.
Portugal
I don't
cancelled.
know.
Portugal was only cancelled festivals.
Okay.
Okay, so people are joking with me saying that they're looking forward to see 1,000 Details in Drum Code in a few years. Look, if Drum Code
Yeah.
returns to 95, I'll be there. I'll be there if they allow me. If
Gustavo Beyer.
Yeah.
Oh, you see that look from him that said everything.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Basically.
Like, no, but
No.
yeah.
Yeah, but Craig, if Drum Code returns to the origins, if they allow me to be there, why not? Okay, we have a question here from Slow Wild from
Yeah, you
From
can
Canada.
answer that,
Yeah.
that better than us
I
because
think it's
you own both of them.
I think it's more for me, which is how do you all feel the analog heat compares to the auto boom? Having both, it is completely different. One and another are completely different. One is more hands-on, which is boom. The other one, analog hit, it is more expensive. You can do more with it. But it's a little bit more tweaking to get that sound. Nonetheless, you can have both. Both will work great. I use both on different ways, so I love both, and I will keep both until the end of my life. Um, I hope I have answered you correctly, Slow Wild. But yeah, well, I really hope you return to Portugal, Kami.
Yeah, definitely. I would. It's been far too long now,
Yeah,
so fingers crossed.
17 years.
I have no idea. Probably, yeah.
I remember seeing DJ Kami on the flyer, and I told you, and I told you.
It's been a while, yeah, a long time. So fingers crossed, yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. If one way or another we'll make that happen, because I'm sorry for you guys who don't speak Portuguese. We like to have Portuguese speakers with us.
Oh yes,
I,
definitely.
I know the word pastel de nata and that bread sandwich that
Bifana.
bifana, yes. So
Bifana.
yeah, and please arrange
Please
some of those for me.
Please book me to eat pastel de nata, please.
Yes,
Please, I
yes.
beg of you. I don't fucking care about the cachet or the budget. No, just give me
No,
pastel de nata.
just pay me in some pastel de nata in bifana, then I'm already happy.
Okay, so Bombiali is okay. Bombiali is asking Robin. Robin, don't you know the word caralho? Caralho.
Even I actually know that.
Of course you know that, Jack. Of course you have to know that. So
That's one of the ones that I know.
It's probably like a really
It's a-
nice word or not for
no,
someone.
it is like no hot up. It's fuck off. How can I translate caralho in English? Caralho.
I mean,
In French.
In French, putain, but very hard.
yeah.
Okay.
Arrache putain.
It's
Putain.
really hard in English because there's only.
There's only one
one-
caralho. There's only one
everything.
caralho. There's only one caralho. There's only one.
But everything translates to fuck. You know, fuck.
When I'm booked in Porto or Lisbon somewhere, I'll ask for Caragno's sandwich in the restaurant.
No,
or something like that. Very polite.
No, because caralho means cock somehow.
Yeah.
Seriously, okay.
But we say it in like a way that we express ourselves as like.
Like anything, like I'm happy, caralho, I'm sad, caralho.
Like fuck, do you know? Yeah.
But
Yeah, okay.
What
Like
you-
to put weight on the word you're going to say after it or something.
no, look, that's the thing. Caralho can mean anything as long as you express it. The way you express it means that. So if you're happy, say caralho, I made it. See, it means I'm happy. If it's like caralho, fucking shit. You see, like
Yeah.
And what Bomb LD says here is if I ask Caragno sandwich, I would not get links or anything.
no, you'll get the sandwich of cock.
Not really my particular kind of taste.
No,
to be honest.
Bombiali likes it. I think Bombiali likes it. He likes
It's
it a lot.
his favorite.
It
Yeah,
is his
okay.
favorite. I can let you
Okay.
know because he lives like 2 kilometers from me, and he likes caralho sandwich
Oh,
for sure.
oh, well, there you go. Okay,
He-
awesome.
he loves it. He's a massive caralho fan. So Smurf. Wait. Okay. Smurf Strumpf. What does that mean, Robin?
Yeah, those little blue things, those animated series.
No, wait.
Strumpf, you know, the little blue people
I
in
know.
the forest.
I
Yeah,
know.
well, that's he thinks it's that, but it's not that.
I know it is not Gargamel and Strumpf.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. No, SPRK. No, it's not that.
Smurfs and caralho. What the fuck, man?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know. It's
small blue dudes and what? I'm missing something here actually because I cannot relate Smurfs with caralho.
yeah. Well, maybe he does, so it's okay. you know,
Okay, so this is something Dutch for sure.
for next chat somewhere.
Okay,
sometime.
so this is something Dutch we should
No,
not
no,
know.
no, no. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. But okay.
Anything is caralho, basically.
Yeah.
Anything
Okay.
is caralho. So guys,
Yeah.
3 hours onto this. I love this whatever this shit was actually. Us talking about some shit actually. No, we don't need the caralho emote. No, we don't need because if I do a caralho emote, I'll be banned on Twitch the next day. So basically, I had tons of fun. Thanks,
Me too.
Cammy. Thanks, Jack. Robin.
Thank
Yeah,
you for the invite.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was really nice to talk to you guys.
And nice seeing and meeting you in
Yeah.
Berlin.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Robin is from
Yeah.
Robin is from the house. It's like it's only from the house. So Robin, thank you as well. But you're from the house as well.
Part of the furniture here.
Part of the
Yeah.
furniture. So and of course let's do that live jam.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, let's keep stay in touch in
Doing
over
this.
there to see when we can do this.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah,
Make
yeah,
it
yeah.
happen. Yeah. So guys,
Yeah.
bye bye. See ya.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Thank you so
Ciao.
much.
Ciao. Jack.
Everybody, bye.
So
Well,
Thanks for joining.
this is the German ciao. I don't know if there's a Portuguese version.
Ciao.
You use ciao for
Ciao.
Why? Because
look.
some people say it's hi, right?
No. Ciao for me it's Portuguese. Ciao. Ciao. Ciao aí. Ciao.
Ciao. Okay.
Like bye. Ciao is bye.
Ciao
but,
is bye.
But that's Italian. Italian they
No,
say it's hi.
Italians use
They
No,
say
exactly.
yeah.
Ciao in Italian it's hi. It's not goodbye. We Portuguese speakers we say ciao like ciao, bye bye, like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you were speaking Portuguese. You were speaking Portuguese, Jack. That's good. That's good. I support it. I support it.
One word at a time.
One word at a time. Yeah, I get it. I get it. So guys, see ya. See you next week. Bye bye.
See you.
See you. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.